way. But it is kind of silly, and I mentioned this to folks last night, where it's easy to have good behavior in prison, right? I mean, you've got guards around you, and you, as you said, Jim, you know how to behave. Is when you get out of prison where you are going to be, obviously, clearly, Captain Obvious here, a risk to society. So I'm with you. I'm all about truth in sentencing laws because more often than not, again, these guys, they're career criminals. They know how to behave in prison. They know what they're supposed to do. Oftentimes they do it. But again, I'm going to tell you that as we're talking about this guy, Cleotha Abston, it turns out that he is, again, as I mentioned, he was far from a model citizen. So for guys like him, I think that they don't deserve to get out of prison, regardless of how well they behave in prison. Again, that's why we need truth in sentencing laws. Jim, appreciate the call. 86690 Red Eye. Top of the hour news is brought to you by House Products. Visit houseproducts.com.
This is Red Eye Radio on Westwood One.
Progressive Commercial Insurance protects truck owners with specialized coverages for heavy trucks. Get a quote in as little as 5 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
If you drive a big rig, you know that more time on the road means more money in your pocket. Shell Rotella, with advanced synthetic technology, is designed to help keep your rig running and save you money in the long run. Trade up the Shell Rotella, and you'll get superior protection against engine wear. That means less time in the shop and more time on the road. It also means you'll get more chances to see North America's finest roadside attractions: cows, cornfields, cows in cornfields. It's lovely this time of year. Shell Rotella's advanced synthetic technology also offers extended drain intervals, helping your rig go farther between oil changes. So you'll make less pit stops. Well, unless you need to restock on snacks, we really can't help you with that. But if you're looking to help your big rig engine live longer, look no further. Superior protection, less maintenance. That's what you can expect from the #1 heavy-duty engine oil in North America. Shell Rotella for the long haul. Explore the full lineup of Shell Rotella products at rotella.com/long-haul. Denny's is here to serve America's truck drivers with a hot down-home meal on the go. Order ahead at Denny's.com and get the made-to-order meals you crave, like Mama D's Hot Roast Bowl, featuring slow-cooked hot roast atop red skin mashed potatoes, or the hot and tangy Nashville Hot Chicken Melt with fries. Try the Chicken Addiction Bowl, featuring chicken breast, whole grain rice, broccoli, and grilled mushrooms with a creamy Alfredo sauce. All available for pickup in-store or curbside. Order at Denny's.com, and we'll see you at Denny's. Hours and participating restaurants may vary, subject to availability.
Hi, Tom Bodette from Motel 6, leaving the light on for truckers. As a thanks for all you do, we're asking America to bring back the air pump salute. We know you miss kids doing it. It always brought a smile to your face on an otherwise lonely stretch of road. So keep an eye out for wound-up kids in the back seat pumping their little arms off. Then give them an air horn blast that'll blow their tiny minds. I'm Tom Bodette from Motel 6, and we'll leave the light on for you.
Were you hopeful for less chance of an inspection delay at the roadside in 2021? Compared to the 2020 pandemic years, you were disappointed as inspection likelihood rose from 2020 levels substantially. That's according to the new comprehensive analysis from Overdrive Magazine's decade-long CSA's Data Trail series. But the 2022 series update shows that state truck enforcement departments still aren't back to pre-COVID inspection levels. Learn more about this today. There are some new risks, though, in rising moving violations as well as hours of service suspension. You can determine your own roadside risk with 48 state rankings in many inspection and violation categories. Download the full report via overdriveonline.com. Navigate to the regulations section to find the CSA's Data Trail 2022 update. That's overdriveonline.com. Check out CSA's Data Trail 2022 update.
AM and 95.1 HD3 FM of Montgomery, a Cumulus media station. This is CBS News on the Hour. Presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. A 19-year-old is under arrest in Memphis this morning after an hours-long shooting spree that put the city on high alert.
I am just like I'm relieved that they caught the suspect, but I can't lie. When I found out, like, I was scared.
Police believe Ezekiel Kelly killed at least 4 people, including one at an AutoZone. This man was with his church group nearby and comforted one victim as he lay dying.
He allowed my pastor's dad to pray with him, and he was very concerned about his family. You know, he kept on asking us if we could get a hold of his family. He was mentioning his wife's name.
Canadian police say the second of 2 suspects in this week's stabbing spree that killed 10 in Saskatchewan has died. Assistant Commissioner Rhonda Blackmore with the Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
Shortly after his arrest, he went into medical distress, and he was transported to a hospital in Saskatoon. He was pronounced deceased at the hospital.
No word on the cause of death. Miles Sanderson's brother, the other suspect, was found dead in their Indigenous community on Monday. FDA advisors have done an about-face on an experimental treatment for ALS. They voted to recommend it months after they rejected Amylis drug for lack of data. For now, CBS's Dr. David Agus says
there is a pivotal, much larger study ongoing in patients with ALS, the results of which will be available sometime late next year or the year after, which will give us a better understanding of whether this drug is actually working.
There's new hope for treating another deadly disease. CBS's Vicki Barker.
Virologist Adrian Hill calls this the first effective vaccine against malaria, which kills 500,000 children in sub-Saharan Africa each year.
The WHO wanted a vaccine of 75% efficacy, ideally. In the second year, we've been following these children in Burkina Faso. The estimate is 80%.
Top U.S. officials have just announced new aid to Ukraine. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin went first. Pentagon correspondent Candy McCormick.
The latest military package of $675 million will include howitzers and anti-tank systems, but the U.S. is also looking ahead.
The face of the war is changing. We will work together to train Ukraine's forces for the long haul.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken is announcing even more U.S. assistance today to help Ukraine's neighbors protect themselves.
He detailed that bundle worth more than $2 billion in a surprise visit to Kyiv. Football's back. Matthew Stafford and the Rams raised their Super Bowl banner before kicking off the NFL season at home tonight against the Bills.
Just excited to be, getting out there and doing it.
Dow futures up 46. This is CBS News.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
The IRS doesn't mess around. If they want your money, they'll take it. They can take your paycheck and bank accounts too, even threaten your home or business. Don't take on the IRS alone. If you owe back taxes, the smartest thing you can do is call Optima Tax Relief. The experts at Optima specialize in a powerful IRS tax assistance program called the Fresh Start Initiative. And their clients that qualify are saving thousands. One call starts the process to stop the demand letters, stop aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS from targeting you. But don't delay. It's important to act now while you still have options. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Optima has already resolved over $1 billion of tax debt.
Looking for work? How are your delivery skills?
UPS wants to hire more than 100,000 workers to help handle an increase in packages this holiday season. And they want to do it fast. The company's streamlining their hiring process so people could get hired within 25 minutes of applying. Package numbers usually start rising in October and stay high through January.
Hey, I might do that. I get to meet some people that way.
Post-pandemic. The figures are showing that people are still buying a lot, which means deliveries will start picking up very soon. Monica Ricks, CBS News.
There's a feather boa crisis in New York City. Harry Styles fans have been lining up to buy boas ahead of his concerts at Madison Square Garden, and now they're all sold out. At nearby Party City, Michaels and Halloween Haunt Abracadabra. Amazon's even reporting they're back ordered. Hottest sellers, fun, bright colors. Hot pink and green like Harry wears. Deborah Rodriguez.
Don't miss Sean Hannity. Biden incoherently adheres live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
I'm so. Okay, I know, I got it. My thing is not.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Indeed.com. Summer days getting shorter and business to-do lists getting longer.
It was not my fault.
Their all-in-one hiring solution makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Sponsor your first job and get hiring today by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
It was not my
With a
fault.
decent amount of sunshine, if not plenty of sunshine. 2 to 3 o'clock this afternoon. Temperatures today in the upper 80s. It will be muggy again after 3 o'clock, though. Scattered showers and storms will increase in coverage from the south and southeast. Everybody can see it, but those east of Interstate 65 have the best chance. A couple of showers and storms can't be ruled out tonight. Low 70s, low 80s with a good chance of rain and a few storms Friday. Some heavy rain possible. Scattered wet weather this weekend. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, we are looking good. Your Thursday kicks off with no major problems or accidents. Interstate system's moving smoothly into the city. Plants are already green. 231 south out of Wetumpka, north out of Troy. Still carrying light traffic. Learn to be a heavy equipment operator at Trenton State. Registration's open now. Get trained and hired fast. Trenton State, for success. Buckle up for Montgomery Skywatch Traffic. This is Major Delay.
When it comes to tires, bald ain't so beautiful. It's time for a tire makeover at Chico's Auto Pros. Better price, better experience. 239-9510.
Good morning. I'm Jasmine Williams with WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Thursday. Alabama is scheduled to get nearly 70,000 doses of COVID-19 boosters this week. The CDC is recommending updated boosters for those 12 and older. The new boosters target the original variant of the virus and 2 of the Omicron variants. A health expert says that this new booster is an added layer of protection. Montgomery Public Schools will hold its next town hall meeting, but there's been a change of location. It will be held at Impact at 6 p.m. This is a time for parents and community members to talk with the new superintendent and the school board. It's a special Thursday edition of Friday Night Football Fever. A lot of high school football games have been moved to tonight due to possible wet weather tomorrow. Be sure to tune in tonight's WSFA 12 News at 10 after the NFL game for the special edition of Football Fever. I'm Jasmine Williams, and these are your morning headlines.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson. Case Legal Media is responsible for the content of this ad. Attention, all military members or military families or contractors that spent time at Marine Base Camp Lejeune. If you or a family member lived, worked, or served at Camp Lejeune at any time from 1953 to 1987, you may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Call 800-320-9047 now to see if you qualify. That's right. Marines, their families, employees, contractors, and anyone who lived, worked, or served at Camp Lejeune may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Studies have found the water at Camp Lejeune was contaminated with toxic chemicals for decades, causing serious health conditions such as cancer, Parkinson's, leukemia, and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Congress has approved, and President Biden has signed a new law allowing anyone that spent time at the base to seek the justice they deserve. Billions have been set aside for victims of toxic water claims. If you or a loved one was at Camp Lejeune at any time through 1987 and developed a serious health condition, you or your family may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Hurry, time is limited. Call 800-320-9047. That's 800-320-9047. 800-320-9047.
Ken here with Just Blinds in Prattville. On behalf of the Myers family and our entire team here at Just Blinds, we want to sincerely thank you for selecting Just Blinds as the best, your #1 choice for blinds, shutters, and drapes in Central Alabama. Just Blinds has been delivering on our family's commitment to provide quality window treatments at affordable prices and to deliver the absolute best in customer service before, during, and after the sale for over 35 years. Please visit us online at gojustblinds.com.
The City of Montgomery Department of Cultural Affairs is calling all creative minds. The department exists to engage, enlighten, and elevate a diverse, inclusive cultural arts community. They're committed to strengthening and showcasing organizational and individual cultural endeavors in our hometown. To advance this cause, they're seeking individual artists, artisans, advocacy groups, schools, and avid patrons of the arts. If this is you, visit montgomeryal.gov and click on the Cultural Affairs page to register to be part of Montgomery's creative community.
Ron's Roofing knows that when a storm damages your roof, it's hard to know what to do next. Easy. Rely on the most trusted and recognized roofing name, Ron's Roofing. They'll help protect you from the next storm. Ron's Roofing understands that your roof is your home's first line of defense. That's why they work with all insurance companies to ensure that your home is protected from any unexpected storms. A job won't get the Ron's Roofing name on it unless it's done right. Visit ronsroofing.com or call 215-0070.
Telling it like it really is.
That's the fact, Jack.
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
And here we go.
Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
Tomorrow morning, if you wake up and the sun does not appear.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It's time to rise and shine once again. For it's another day that the Lord has made, and you're on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. It is time for the most important part of our show, and it is called Our Daily Bread. You get a word from on high that'll help you with your new perspective, your old perspective. I'll give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. Good morning to you. It is September the 8th, 2022 AD. Today's Daily Bread is simply entitled Building the House. Today's scripture insight comes from this morning. Put that right there. Okay, put that where it needs to go. Okay, there we go. Today's day, again, it's called Building the House. The scripture insight today comes from Matthew 16:13 through 20. Matthew 16 and 18 reads, "On this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell will not overcome it." That's Matthew 16 and 18. Govern yourselves accordingly.
It's your season, don't.
And again, it is September the 8th, 2022 AD. It is a day, like all the other days, like I tell you every morning, that has never been. And believe me when I tell you this, it is a day that shall never, ever come again. It is a once in a lifetime deal. And once it's gone, you don't get a do over. You don't get it back. You don't get to summon it from the past. You don't get to come back and do all the things that you didn't do today that you should have. And you don't get a chance to come back and undo the things that you do. So whatever it is that you do this day, September the 8th, 2022, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done on this day. If you have lived a while, you've seen, you've heard, and you have been blessed to see many things. And if we are blessed and given the grace of God and a lot of mercy thrown in, we may, I'm not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day that is the first day of the rest of your life. What are you going to do with it? Well, I'll let you and the good Lord have that conversation. But whatever you do, make sure you reach back when you can, if you can, and while you can, and help somebody else along the way. Benjamin Elijah May said, whatever we do, we should do it so well that no man living, no man dead, and no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say if that is the standard by which you live life, you'll always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. But never quit. Never give up. Building the house. That's our daily bread for this day, September the 8th, 2022.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. I'm Bill Crowder, and I entitled our reading, Building the House. In 1889, the most ambitious private home construction project in the United States began. On-site manufacturing produced some 32,000 bricks a day. The work continued until the completion of George Vanderbilt II's summer house 6 years later. The result was the Biltmore Estate in Asheville, North Carolina. To this day, it remains the largest private residence in America with 250 rooms, including 35 bedrooms and 43 bathrooms, consuming a staggering 178,926 square feet. That's 16,226 square meters of floor space. This project, ambitious as it was nothing compared to the building intentions Jesus proclaimed to his disciples in Matthew 16. After Peter had confirmed that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of the living God, Jesus declared, I tell you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will not overcome it. While theologians debate the identity of the rock, there's no debate about Jesus' intentions. He would build his church to stretch to the ends of the earth, including people from every nation and ethnic group from around the globe. The cost of this building project? The sacrifice of Jesus' own blood on the cross. As members of his building, purchased at so great a price, may we celebrate his loving sacrifice and join him in this great mission. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Matthew chapter 16, verses 13 to 20. When Jesus came to the region of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, Who do people say the Son of Man is? They replied, Some say John the Baptist, others say Elijah, and still others Jeremiah or one of the prophets. But what about you, he asked. Who do you say that I am? Simon Peter answered, You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God. Jesus replied, Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, For this was not revealed to you by flesh and blood, but by my Father in heaven. And I tell you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will not overcome it. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. Then he ordered his disciples not to tell anyone that he was the Messiah. Let's pray. Lamb of God, thank you for your sacrifice. Enable us to celebrate you in our heart as well as with others in the family of faith. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thanks for listening today. My name is Bill Crowder, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Building the house. Good morning to you. You know what time it is. Time to get up. Time to rise and shine. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. Airborne. Here we go. All the way. Gotta be. Airborne. Every day. We run. To the sun. No sweat. Not yet. Down in the mess hall on my knee. We got nothing to eat but a can of beans. The bread was moldy and the meat was bad. Well, you know darn well that you can't eat that. Hey, you know darn well that you can't eat that. Here we go. All the way. Gotta be. Rough and tough. Airborne. All the way. When I was young, I always wanted to be in the 82nd Airborne, easing the breeze. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do it right. Jump from an aircraft while in flight. All the way airborne. All right, time to rise and shine. Driving on. All the way airborne, all the way driving on. Driving on. One morning in the drizzling rain, well, I picked up my parachute and boarded the plane. Jump master said 1 minute to go. Green light glow. Oh, yeah. Time to rise and shine, people. Let's do it. You know, we're from the Poop Group. All the way airborne, all the way dry. And right after this comes PT. You know, we roll. Here we go. All the way. Gotta be. Rough and tough. Airborne. Okay, it's time for the run, but it's Thursday. We don't do any runs tomorrow. This is the last day of PT. Can we handle this morning? That's right. All right, there we go. All right, gotta run. Oh. Hard work. Hard work. That's right. They say hard work. Hard work. Hard work. About 2:45. Hard work. And go to work. Hard work. Oh. I go to work. Hard work. That's what they said. Hard work. Oh. Hard work. And go. Hard work. Woo! Let's go to work. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Woo! All right, let's do it. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. I go to work. Hard work. On the airplane. In the early morning rain. That's what they say. Hard work. I do it for play. Hard work. Woo! Hard work. Hard work. Set them on down. Hard work. Are we done yet? Hard work. I do it for play. Woo! Okay. Woo! Well, we got that over with. That PT's kind of rough first thing in the morning. But hey, paratroopers, we do it for play. Anyway, good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine as we now pay homage to all of our armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard. And let's not forget Space Force. And of course, we have to remember our guides at the Montgomery Sanitation Department. Try to pick one guy to give a ride to work. Said, nope, I'll walk. I said, right on, bro. Anyway, and what else was going on? Yeah, that's it. Fire department, don't forget those guys. Police department, ALEA, and Alabama National Guard. And to all the people, every last one of you, who go in when everybody else is running out. Oh, yeah, and to the poop group, that's right. We're ready to go. Just call us. We'll be there. The poop group is pissed off paratroopers. That's we're not really pissed off. We just need something to do. Okay, it's pissed off old paratroopers. They need something to do. And good morning to Maxwell and Gunner Air Force Base. After all, this is an Air Force town, and we got to pay homage. You know, this is their home. This is their house. So much respect, much respect. I mean, after all, without the Air Force, there would be no airborne, if you know what I'm saying. So can we bring back the 141? Can I just need to see it one more time. That C-141. Okay, a 130 or 123 will good substitute, but I need to see a 141 one more time. Bring back memory, bring tears to my eyes. And last but not least, their motto is Semper Fidelis. But the Marines couldn't pronounce that, so they had to call it Semper Fi. Too many syllables in that other one. But whether it's Semper Fi or Semper Fidelis, it all means the same thing. Always, not sometimes, but always faithful. Good morning, jarheads. It's time to rise and shine. I know it's the only place in Montgomery you're going to hear the services every morning, but I'm sorry about that. Well, not really. It is a great day to be alive. Good morning. And again, it's a great day to be on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. So the first thing you should have said this morning when you got out of bed was thank you, Lord, for this day, because it was not promised, like none of them have ever been or will ever be. Anyway, good morning to you. It is man, I'm feeling pretty good. It's 6:29 in the morning. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm doing all right this morning. So life goes on. Nothing to complain about. I mean, I got a lot of things to complain about. But when you think about it, when you really, 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 really think about it, not really. We there's always something. One of my lessons of life is that no matter where you find yourself, this ain't the lesson of life for this morning. This is just an observation. No matter where you find yourself, no matter how bad you feel, there's a song that came out said, I complained about my feet hurting until I saw a man with no legs. So there's always someone that's worse off than you are. Okay, I'm just saying. So before you start complaining this morning about the way things haven't gone your way, because they haven't gone, if you think about it, we all have some disappointments in life. Every last one of us. We all get some disappointments. So what are we going to do about it? Seriously, what you going to do about it? You going to whine about it, or you going to get out there and get it? Get out there and get it. Okay? And you know something? And to hear something, now this is not an original idea of mine. No. This is not an original idea of mine, but it's still a great idea. The way I see the world, the way I see life, if God can make the heavens, the universe, and all that is therein, I think if you just go to him and talk to him for a couple minutes there, he can probably help you too. I'm just saying. I mean, it makes sense to me. You know what I mean? You can do all of this in 7 days, 6 days, excuse me. Chances are he can help you too. I don't know if it's a he or she or be. I don't know what God is, but I believe there is one. So I don't know. It's a spirit, and spirits don't have genders. I don't believe anyway. So anyway, when it's all going bad in your mind, when it's all going rough in your mind, all you have to do, my friend, is ask for a little help. Okay, I think he'll help you. He's helped a lot of people along the way, especially me. Okay, even when I didn't deserve it. So I'm just saying you might want to look into that thing about, asking for a little help every once in a while to get you out of your predicament. You ever know? And oh, here's another thing too. Listen, don't just bother God when things are bad for you. It doesn't. I don't believe. I do not believe that God minds a thank you every once in a while. Okay, I'm just saying. Yeah, I don't. I don't think He minds that. Thank you, God, for this day. Okay, it doesn't hurt anything. We know you know God's address when things go bad. Everybody knows God's address when things go bad. Well, today, just kind of say thank you. Because Lord knows there are a lot of folks didn't make it. Anyway, we'll be back right after these messages with the lessons of life and whatever else I can come up with. All right?
Just a day. I just can't help believing when she slips her hand in my hand and it feels so small.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 40.
I just can't help.
To get your flu shot at the Publix Pharmacy online is fast and easy. Most insurance plans cover it at no cost. Choose the best day and time for you. Visit Publix.com/flu to find a pharmacy and make an appointment, or head to your local Publix pharmacy for details. Restrictions apply.
Mainly dry with a decent amount of sunshine, if not plenty of sunshine, through 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon. Temperatures today in the upper 80s. It will be muggy again. After 3 o'clock, though, scattered showers and storms will increase in coverage from the south and southeast. Everybody can see it, but those east of Interstate 65 have the best chance. A couple of showers and storms can't be ruled out tonight. Low 70s, low 80s with a good chance of rain and a few storms Friday. Some heavy rain possible. Scattered wet weather this weekend. That's your First Alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. So far, so good. Your Thursday's holding no major problems or accidents. Checking out your traffic flow map here in the Tri-County area. Everything's moving smoothly. Keep listening, and we will keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. At ReinhardtToyota.com, you can see and purchase vehicles that are on order and haven't arrived yet. Get the Toyota you want at ReinhardtToyota.com. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
When it comes to tires, bald ain't so beautiful. It's time for a tire makeover at Chico's Auto Pros. Better price, better experience, guaranteed. 239-9510.
In the Call of Duty League, there's no team worse than the Paris Legion. At the end of the 2022 season, the team found themselves at rock bottom with a record of 2 wins and 23 losses, with the second worst team record scoring at least 13 wins. This week, the Legion announced the release of almost their entire roster. With the Legion moving to Las Vegas next year, along with the Overwatch League Paris Eternal, hopefully the org can find some good footing to stand on.
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
I did a site visit and the space is absolutely incredible.
Estate's Reiki Clinic is opening another studio across town.
But there's a lot to wrap up.
But staffing an entire office requires more than just deep breathing.
And at least 4 new practitioners.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
From cutting grass to planting fields, you need the right equipment from a team you can count on. At SunSouth, we have 21 locations ready to serve you with quality John Deere equipment to manage your property faster, more efficiently, and more affordably. Like the John Deere 1025R tractor with loader starting at only $255 a month. So why wait another season to do more?
And I
Find the John
just
Deere
can't
tractor and come see us at SunSouth. Equipment for those that do.
Summer restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Expires September 30th, 2022.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need, 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
At Tallahassee Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we understand the purchase of a new vehicle is one of the largest purchases you'll make. For over 35 years,
You know,
customers have trusted.
I don't even like coffee, but I drink it anyway. Why? Because it's wet. That's right.
Less hassle. During our Jeep Adventure Days, let our professional sales
I really don't even like it.
your new vehicle purchase.
I got some tea. I don't like the tea either.
Wagoneer is here and ready for your next branded.
What I'd like to have myself is a cup of Coca-Colas in the morning. However,
Paid for by
it's not
Christian
good.
Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something.
When can I get away with drinking like 7 Cokes a day, a week, like one every day?
MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge. But it's also true.
I made better
people are
coffee than
way
this.
More satisfied after making the switch too.
In a
Customer
pot.
satisfaction rate for MediShare
In the
is
woods.
double that of the typical
That's the
health
first
insurance
start. That's why they promoted it.
MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared.
No, I think that was for my ribs.
$1 billion of
Yeah.
each other's bills. People love having
I made some
telehealth
great
and a
ribs
huge
back in the
nationwide
day.
PPO network. So
Just when I was
yeah,
in
you can
bomb-holded
save a
Germany.
ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health.
I just couldn't shut up.
So
That
if
was
you're
my
self-employed,
problem.
part of the gig economy,
Talk
or you
too
just want
much.
a plan you're happy with, you can call right
EJ
now and get
Talk.
a price within 2 minutes. Very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need.
What's his name? EJ Talk.
855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE. Ben here with Just Blinds in Travel. And I want to remind you.
And I just can't help believing when I feel so close and tempted. And I did it for you.
The best in American-made blinds and Roman and woven wood shades. And Just Blinds here to help you make the best selections in motorization and smart home options, and take advantage of free in-store professional design help. Visit Just Blinds in Prattville today or online at gojustblinds.com.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 14.
All right, do our thing here. Do our thing here. So why do I drink coffee? I don't have a clue. I drink it because it's wet I really don't like it. But some people drink it for energy, I guess, and give them a boost. But I'm pretty boosted. I drink it because I gotta have put something in my hand. You know. Okay, but I'm gonna get over it sooner or later. Anyway, hey, is anybody out there new listening to the show? I need to know this. There's got to be somebody out there new that's listening who have never listened before. Cause I need your critique. Okay, really, I need it. So now this is one of those. Okay, no, I'll do it next hour. Never mind. All right. But if you've never called before, you have my. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. This hour, if you've never called before, you can call in. Because I know some of you guys got to be working like at 7 o'clock and stuff like that. And you don't have time to get your opinion out there because I don't take calls at 7 o'clock. So if you've never called before, you can call in the 6 o'clock hour if you want to. Okay, 860-1440. I'll even interrupt okay, I won't interrupt my lessons of life, but I'll interrupt my timeline to talk to you. Anyway, good morning to you. It is a great day to be alive. Okay, trust me. And there's no such thing as a bad day because try missing one. Okay, so no matter where you find yourself, there's somebody doing worse than you are. Okay, we had a great conversation yesterday that I think still deserves some more conversation. As a matter of fact, one of the things I thank you, Camila, for giving me the young man's name. 1957, even before I was born, there was a young man. They made jump off a bridge. His name was Willie Edwards. Now I don't know if there are rumors about who did it. A local businessman was one of those people who have been alleged to have done it, but I don't think anybody really ever paid for that either. I don't know. I will say one thing: the Jewish people, they don't care how old you are. They don't care how old you are. You know, if they find you, they're gonna prosecute you. No matter how old you could be 100 years old, and if they find out that you did something back in the day in those Auschwitz or Dachau or any of those places like that, oh yeah, they coming to get you. Maybe we should be that way too sometimes. But anyway, although justice delayed is justice denied. Anyway, good morning to you. Hope this day finds you well. Finds you well. Okay, here's my thing right here. Here's my thingamajigger. See, thingamajigger is a word that I use when I don't really know what to call something. It's a thingamajigger. Okay, I don't know where that word came from, or even if it's a real word, but it seems to fit the occasion when I'm lost for a couple of minutes and I can't figure out something. Okay, it seems to work pretty good. All right. So anyway, good morning to you. The word of the day. The word of the day. Now this word means utterly bewildered, confused, or puzzled. Now, I realize that definition fits a lot of people. There are a lot of people who are bewildered, confused, and puzzled because I get to talk to some of them every day. There are a lot of people who got that issue. They're just lost. But what do we call that diagnosis? We call that diagnosis as flummoxed. 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 Okay, which means that you are utterly bewildered, confused, or puzzled. So if you're going to school today, now this, okay, I want you to try this on your teacher. Okay, if there's anybody out there that's going to school tomorrow, I want you to try this. Mr. Johnson, I am just absolutely flummoxed. And Mr. Johnson is probably gonna think you mean you high on drugs. No, you use that. Tell him you are utterly bewildered, confused, and puzzled by his instruction. I am flummoxed. Okay, try that today. Let me know what happens, and just let me know if he understood the word. Now he'll probably have to go to Google right quick. Google, what does flummoxed mean? Okay. Now he'll probably look at you bewildered. He'll probably look at you like he was bewildered, confused, or puzzled. Okay, when you tell him that, but try out. I'm giving you guys these words every morning so you can bewilder people. You can confuse them with your intellect. Okay, because they certainly won't know a lot of these words. So the word of the day again is flummoxed. Flummoxed, which means utterly bewildered, confused, or puzzled. Now, a lot of you guys walk around all day long flummoxed. I got you. Listen, me too some mornings. Okay, I'm with you on that. But let's just, now that you know the name of the condition, maybe you can go to the doctor and get something for it. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Maybe you can go to the doctor and get something for being flummoxed. Okay, I'm just saying you might want to. I don't know if they got a pill for everything else, so maybe they got a pill for this too. I'm not exactly sure, but try it out anyway. All right. So that's enough of that. So good morning. Now, it is time for lessons of life. These are the things that you learn by living. Oh, you can hear about them. You can hear about them, but you'll never learn them until you've gone through them. Okay, it's kind of like riding a bike. I don't care how often you tell me that you rode a bike. I shall never learn how to ride that bike by looking at you ride. There's some things in life that you've got to do in order to understand it. Because, now think about it for a second. Getting on a bike with two wheels, not three, but two, and keeping it centered, keeping your butt centered and your weight centered on that bike, it takes some training. It takes a couple minutes to get. I don't know who taught Z, because I was trying to. I just didn't have the patience. I guess his mama taught him. Okay, because I was trying to, or his uncle Elroy. Okay, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he I couldn't do it. I was trying to. I'm just too old. Patience. Okay, don't worry about it. But anyway, riding a bike is really, to learn how to ride is really not that easy. But you got to understand the concept. But I'll get to that some other time. Now, what is the lesson of life today? I think if you've lived a while, you'll certainly appreciate what I have come up with today, because it is so true. It is so true. Then again, I guess it depends on what you believe. But this is something that I have found out by living. I have found out in life that we ought not complain that God has not always given us what we deserve. We should be thankful that he didn't. Let me tell you that one more time, just in case some of y'all didn't get that. I have found out in this life, we ought not complain that God has not given us always what we deserve. Rather than be complaining about it, be thankful that he didn't. I think if you think about that for a couple of minutes there, because we all been there, right? Okay, you'll understand what I'm saying. Let me give you that one more time for those kind of slow. I have found out in life that we ought not complain that God has not always given us what we believe we deserve. We should be thankful that he has not. So that is the lesson of life. Now, it may take you all day long to get this. Okay, it may take you, but you sometime today you're going to say, yeah, I guess Elk Man was right. I guess, okay, I'm just thinking, if you're honest with yourself, you know and I know we've done things that if it came to the light of day, people would look at us a little bit differently. We all know that. I know that. You know that. I'm just saying. Okay. So, September the 8th is today. And in 1892, an early version of the Pledge of Allegiance, written by Francis Bellamy, appeared in the Youth Companion. It went, I pledge allegiance to my flag and the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, they really didn't mean that back in 1892, but I guess we was working toward it, Okay, anyway, better to be half right than all wrong. In 1565, a Spanish expedition established the first permanent European settlement in North America in present-day St. Augustine, Florida. The year was 1664. The Dutch surrendered New Amsterdam to the British, who renamed it, believe it or not, New York. In 1900, Galveston, Texas was struck by a hurricane that killed an estimated, believe it or not, 8,000 people. In 1935, Senator Huey P. Long, a Louisiana Democrat, was shot and mortally wounded inside the Louisiana State Capitol. He died 2 days later. The assailant was identified as Dr. Carl Wise, who was gunned down by Long's bodyguard. So your education sometimes doesn't help you. You still do stupid things. In 1941, the 900-day siege of Leningrad by German forces began during World War II. In 1943, during the Second World War, General Dwight David Eisenhower announced Italy's surrender. Nazi Germany denounced Italy's decision as a cowardly act. In 1964, public schools in Prince Edward County, Virginia, reopened after being closed for 5 years by officials attempting to prevent court-ordered racial desegregation. So it happened up there too. 1974, President Gerald R. Ford granted full, free, and absolute pardon to former President Richard Nixon, covering his entire term in office. I like Tricky Dick. Okay, I do. I like me some Nixon. Richard Milhouse Nixon. I like Nixon. At least what I thought I knew about him anyway. I liked him. Still think he was a pretty good president. 1985, Pete Rose of the Cincinnati Reds tied Cobb's career record for hits, singling for hit 4,191 during a game against the Cubs in Chi-Town, otherwise known as Chicago. The year was 1986. The Oprah Winfrey Show began the first of its 25 seasons of national syndication. 1986, at that time, I was sitting over there on Oahu, having a great, had just got there, Schofield Barracks, looking around, saying, okay, look at all that water out there. Look at Pearl Harbor. Oh, yeah, history. I mean, I was cruising for a bruising over there till I figured out wasn't no way up that island with an airplane. I said, oh, that's how we got here, huh? Okay, 1994, U.S. Air Flight 427, a Boeing 737, crashed into a ravine as it was approaching Pittsburgh International Airport, killing all 132 people on board. See, that's why I don't really like airplanes. See, you know what? I never really got scared of airplanes until I stopped jumping. Because most accidents with airplanes happen on takeoff and landing. Well, if you's a super duper paratrooper, all you got to do is get up and you get to jump out. Okay? I'm just saying. So I would never did get nervous. You talking about going to Germany, went overseas in Korea and places like that. You know how long you got to sit on the airplane to get to Korea? All I could fantasize was the water beneath me and how cold it was going to be if I ever had to get in it. I mean, all I saw was shark bait, and it was me. Okay, never mind. Okay, I can't tell you about my juvenilistic issues I had with airplanes. But I was never scared to get on the airplane if I was going to jump. Never scared to do that. But only when they took away the parachute, then I became scared of airplanes. I don't know why. It's just one of those things. I don't know. In 2017, Hurricane Irma regained Category 5 status, battering Cuba with 160-mile-an-hour winds and taking aim at the Miami area. The death toll across the Caribbean climbed past 20. In one of the country's greatest and largest evacuations, officials in Florida told more than 5 million people to leave their homes ahead of the hurricane. Parts of Interstate 75 and 95 northbound were bumper to bumper. Okay, singer Troy Gentry, half of the country music duo Montgomery Gentry, died in a helicopter crash in Medford, New Jersey. Pilot James Robinson was also killed. And it was 13 years ago in a nationally televised pep talk from Wakefield High School in Arlington, Virginia, President Barack Obama challenged the nation's students to take pride in their education. Justice Sonia Sotomayor ceremoniously took her seat on the Supreme Court in front of a packed courtroom that included President Obama, Vice President Joe Biden, and the like. A UN-backed commission said it had found convincing evidence of fraud in Afghanistan's presidential election. Hey, you don't have to go that far. Look over here. I'm going to leave that alone. Veteran Hollywood communist Army Archer, 87 years old, died in Los Angeles. And 8 years ago, the European Union shied away from slapping new economic sanctions on Russia right away over its actions in eastern Ukraine. Now we're back there again, saying that the punitive measures would come into force in the next few days, depending on how well a ceasefire arrangement in eastern Ukraine held. Croatia's Marin somebody won the first Grand Slam title by beating Japan's Kei Nishikori. Okay, 6-3, 6-3, 6-3 at the U.S. Open. I never have to figure out how they do. I don't know how tennis works. That's one of those sophisticated sports. You know, you got to wear all white. You gotta set up there in the hot sun, act like you ain't hot. You just gotta forget that. You know, it'd be hot out there. Okay, now if they put some shade over those things up there, I'll be all right. I may go watch a game. Okay, no, I won't. No, I won't watch a game. I'm lying. I don't. That game just too sophisticated for me. But they sure do make a lot of money. Because ask Venus and Serena Williams, they done made a crock pot of money. But that's the only reason I ever watched tennis because of those two girls. I didn't know what the hell. I don't know how they were scoring, but I knew they was doing something good. So I said, okay, I'll watch some of this. But I never really understood it. I just never did. Okay. All right. Baltimore Ravens and suspended indefinitely by the NFL. Ray Rice was let go by the Baltimore Ravens and suspended indefinitely by the NFL after a video was released showing the running back striking his then fiancee, Janae Palmer, in an elevator on February 2014. S. Truett Cathy, the billionaire founder of Chick-fil-A chain, died in suburban Atlanta at the age of 93. Cathy has said some really great things. I'll share some of those with you one of these days, but he has really has been an inspiration in some of the things I have done. And I love Chick-fil-A. I don't know who came up with the new employee handbook, but every business owner should take whatever principles, whatever philosophy that they use in that place to hire people. Everybody should use it. I mean, I have rarely seen a group of young folks, regardless of color, creed, whatever, that were so professional, were so just great kids working at Chick-fil-A. I've never been to a Chick-fil-A and ever been disappointed. I don't know how they do it. I'm gonna get my son a job over there. I don't know how they do it. I don't know what the philosophy is. I can only tell you that whoever came up with that training manual is absolutely a genius. Can somebody tell McDonald's about that? A friend of mine said he went in McDonald's the other day. Never mind. We're going to have a show one day on the worst fast food restaurants in Montgomery. Okay? I'm just telling you. And I know two of them. But anyway, and the best. I think Chick-fil-A always comes out first, though. I think they always comes out first. They just got a bunch of great kids. And I tell you somebody else who has great kids too. Chappie's Deli. Chappie's Deli has some of the best kids, best folks in general working over there also. Maybe they all use the same book or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, okay, I gotta go. Time's up. But just the way it is. So I'm always happy to go to Chappie's Deli or Chick-fil-A. It's the same quality of personnel working for them. So congratulations to those folks. And the price ain't that high either, so it ain't about money. Oh, we'll be back. All right. Anybody disagree with me? Well, you can call me next time. We'll talk about it.
All the words again.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams with WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Thursday. Alabama is scheduled to get nearly 70,000 doses of COVID-19 boosters this week. The CDC is recommending updated boosters for those 12 and older. New boosters target the original variant of the virus and 2 of the Omicron variants. Health expert says this new booster is an added layer of protection. Montgomery Public Schools will hold its next town hall meeting, but there's been a change of location. It will be held at Impact at 6 p.m. This is like parents and community members to talk with the superintendent and the school board. It's a special Thursday edition of Friday Night Football Fever. A lot of high school football games have been moved to tonight due to possible wet weather tomorrow. Be sure to tune in tonight's WSFA 12 News at 10 after the NFL game for the special edition of Football Fever. I'm Jasmine Williams, and these are your morning headlines.
News Radio 1440 is WLWI AM and 95.1 HD3 FM of Montgomery. is the CBS World News Roundup, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Hours of terror have ended in Memphis, where police have arrested a 19-year-old suspect in an hours-long shooting spree that left 4 people dead. Mayor Jim Strickland.
This is no way for us to live, and it is not acceptable.
The rampage was live streamed on Facebook. Details from correspondent Nikki Batiste.
Disturbing video apparently taken by the shooter captures him firing at people, seemingly in an indiscriminate manner.
Then we saw the man come out from the door, might as well get in the car and took off.
So far, no motive. Clark County, Nevada official Robert Tellis is in custody in the stabbing death of reporter Jeff German, who detailed corruption. CBS's Mark Strassman is in Las Vegas.
Tellis had been the subject of a newspaper investigation spearheaded by Gehrman in May, describing allegations of emotional stress, bullying, and favoritism in the public administrator's office.
Police say Tellis is hospitalized with self-inflicted wounds. There's relief in Canada, where police say the second suspect in a deadly stabbing rampage in an Indigenous community has died after officers drove him off the road and arrested him. CBS's Chris McGreedy's.
For 3 days, the entire province of Saskatchewan had been on edge between sightings of the suspect, emergency alerts blasting on phones, and orders by police to stay indoors. People in the mostly rural areas say they've been traumatized. Neighbors took shifts keeping guard all night, while some who live alone wouldn't even leave the room without a shotgun.
Suspect's brother was found dead Monday after a total of 10 people were killed. Overseas, Buckingham Palace has just announced Queen Elizabeth is under medical supervision with doctors, quote, concerned for Her Majesty's health. They say the 96-year-old monarch is comfortable and remains at her Balmoral Castle in Scotland. She canceled a meeting of her Privy Council yesterday. Britain's new prime minister is making changes at breakneck speed. Liz Truss telling British lawmakers energy prices will be capped
for each of the next 2 years while we get the energy market back on track.
The estimated price tag, more than $115 billion. As part of her bid to bring energy prices down, Truss also lifted a ban on fracking and approved more drilling for North Sea oil. Vicki Barker, CBS News, London. Governor Newsom crediting cell phone alerts for getting Californians to cut back on power to prevent rolling blackouts in the extreme heat. Those alerts are accompanied by blaring alarms, amber alerts, and warnings of natural disaster. S&P futures down 2. This is CBS News.
This hour's newscast is presented by Rocket Mortgage. Need to know what it takes for a home loan to fit your budget and your family? Rocket can.
The IRS doesn't mess around. If they want your money, they'll take it. They can take your paycheck and bank accounts too, even threaten your home or business. Don't take on the IRS alone. If you owe back taxes, the smartest thing you can do is call Optima Tax Relief. The experts at Optima specialize in a powerful IRS tax assistance program called the Fresh Start Initiative, and their clients that qualify are saving thousands. One call starts the process to stop the demand letters, stop aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS from targeting you. But don't delay. It's important to act now while you still have options. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Optima has already resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get your life back. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima now for your free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Football is back tonight.
The season will begin at the same place where last season finished.
The Rams were built to win the Super Bowl, and they have sealed the deal.
The LA Rams, who won Super Bowl 56 at their home stadium, opened the season here tonight hosting the Buffalo Bills. It's become a tradition in recent years for the previous year's champion to host the season opener. There are some new rules this season. The most significant one will impact the postseason, where each team will be allowed to possess the ball in overtime. Steve Futterman, CBS News, Los Angeles.
All of those northerners who ditched the cold weather for permanent digs in Florida during the pandemic have triggered a new problem in Palm Beach. The Real Deal says pricey private schools like Benjamin in the wealthy enclave can't meet the new demand. Some wait lists are reportedly years long. Several New York-based schools are now considering expanding to the Sunshine State. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Being here with just blinds and travel.
I want to keep you from experiencing the disappointment of buying your next blinds or shades from one of those big box stores. Or, even worse, from one of those internet companies with lots of empty promises and cheap products made outside of the USA. Just Blinds is committed to delivering the best in American-made window treatments and the latest in motorization and smart home options. Don't be disappointed. Visit Just Blinds showroom in Prattville today or online at gojustblinds.com.
Hey, military spokesperson, keeping the media is responsible for content. Attention all military members or military families or contractors that spend time at Marine Base Camp Lejeune. If you or a family member have lived, worked, or served at Camp Lejeune at any time from 1953 to 1987, you may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Call 800-320-9047 now to see if you qualify. That's right. Marines, their families, employees, contractors, and anyone who lived, worked, or served at Camp Lejeune may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Studies have found the water at Camp Lejeune was contaminated with toxic chemicals for decades, causing serious health conditions such as cancer, Parkinson's, leukemia, and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Congress has approved, and President Biden has signed a new law allowing anyone that spent time at the base to seek the justice they deserve. Billions have been set aside for victims of toxic water claims. If you or a loved one was at Camp Lejeune at any time through 1987 and developed a serious health condition, you or your family may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Hurry, time is limited. Call 800-320-9047. That's 800-320-9047. 800-320-9047.
Everybody knows that when a storm damages your roof,
Yes.
what to do next.
Now, I was asking the question.
Recognize roofing name, Ron's Roofing. They'll help protect you from the next storm. Ron's Roofing understands that your roof is your home's first line of defense. That's why they work with all insurance companies to ensure that your home is protected from any unexpected storms. A job won't get the Ron's Roofing name on it unless it's done right. Visit ronsroofing.com or call 215-0070.
There's nothing like hearing the songs you love on local radio, with no subscriptions and no monthly fees. But there's a new bill in Congress that could stop the music. If passed, this bill would tax your local radio stations simply to play the music you love. Text local to 52886 and ask Congress to support local radio stations. Help us keep you connected to the music, local news, weather, and traffic that you need each day. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial.
Ben Shapiro.
The Ben Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on 1440. Depend on it.
All right, then. Let me see. Up and up between the moon and New York. Okay, now you know it's Thursday, right? And normally on Thursday we have a local preacher, somebody. But I knew, because I forgot. See, I knew that since Thursday came since the first of the month came last Thursday, I knew that somebody was going to forget that this was the second Thursday. See, I knew Bowman was going to forget that. So I think he did, but that's okay. We'll continue on. There's only one thing that I wanted to ask you this morning, because I'm kind of confused about something, and then we'll get on to other things. But there's a passage in the Bible that says, "Whatever's loosed on earth will be loosed in heaven," and I'm trying to figure out, what does that mean? Because there's nothing on earth that's going to make it. I mean, nothing is going to make it to heaven in the form that it's in on earth. So I never have figured out what that means. So what does that mean? I don't know. So somebody out there probably knows what that means, but I just haven't figured out what that means. Because I mean, how can anything leave this place and go to that place in the same form that is in? I don't know. But I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there that knows. Anyway, good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? And so, Mr. Bowman, I knew that was going to happen, because the Thursday was the first Thursday was last Thursday, the first of the month. So I'll catch him next time, though, because unless he shows up sometime between now and 8 o'clock for a couple of minutes. Anyway, good morning to you. Now let me give you a story that at first, when I first read it, I said, right on, because that's the right thing to do. But I don't know if this is such a right thing to do or not, before I get into any substantive conversation this morning. The numbers are 860-1440, what do you call, whatever on your mind. A couple of pregnant women have been held for months in one Alabama jail to protect the fetuses from drugs. Okay. And when you first hear that, okay, right on. Yeah, right on. That's right. They're on drugs, taking drugs. We need to put them in jail so they can protect the fetus. Now, on the surface, sounds good. Sounds good. But in reality, I don't know. And this is I believe it's in Etowah County. Let me see who this is right quick. Good morning. Who's this? Yes, Ed. Don't tick me off this morning, but what? Now I'm finna hang up on you. Because you said, see, now you really fit to get hung up on. So make this quick, so you don't tick me off. Yes. What does that mean? Well, let me ask. Let me ask a question here. We both get to talk. When we say I will bless it, we human beings don't have the ability to bless anything. What does that mean? But you're using it, so I just want to, because human beings can't give blessings, can they? Well, I'm just wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now you bring it on. I want to know. Do you believe when it says I will bless the Lord? I thought God gives the blessings and we don't give them. I know, but so human beings can give blessings. Okay. Well, all right. Yeah. Hmm. We can say anything we want to say. Yeah. Okay. Ed, it's Thursday. It's Thursday, so I don't mind going through to an extended conversation. Wait a minute. Let me say something, man. Let me say something. Let me say something. It's Thursday, so I don't mind going through an extended conversation because that's what this hour is all about. So let me ask you a question. When in somewhere in the Bible said, when I was a child, I acted and spoke as a child, but now that I'm a man, I do those things that men do. You keep talking to me like I'm a child, and that insults the hell out. Well, let me finish. Let me finish, and I'll let you finish. I'll let you insult the hell out of me everything by telling me the same thing every day, like I don't have a common sense or the ability to understand or apprehend. And I know those one of the things that you could be a little bit more sophisticated in your delivery because I don't need to be giving baby food. Okay, so every day you come up with baby food, and I'm grown. Okay, you don't think I know all these things? I've been going to church for at least 60 years. So I know these things. So give me something I don't know. What's that got to do with what I just said? What's that got to do with what I just said? Okay. Okay. All right. I agree with that. But I know that. Who don't know that? Who don't know that? That are our ages. I mean, who do, if they don't know it because they don't want to know it? But then ain't nothing we can do. There's nothing you can do or I can do to make them know it. They don't care. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now listen. Now, okay. So you need to correct me on this. Now, somewhere in the good book, Jesus told the people, he chastised them because they would come to him acting as if saying, God, God, God. This. He said, go away from me, because just because you call in his name doesn't mean that you are the thing that you pretend to be. So it takes more. It takes more than calling God's name or Jesus' name. Right. Right. So just because you say it doesn't mean that you play it. Right. Yeah. Okay. But I did ask the question this morning, Ed. What does it mean when he says, whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven? What does that mean? Ed, that's not what I asked you. I asked you, what does that mean when he said, whatever loosed on earth will be loosed in heaven? What does that mean? Because I really don't know. Okay, so in other words, you can't. Wait a minute. In other words, you cannot answer that. I mean, that's okay if you can, because I don't know what it means. Yeah, that's okay if you can. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Well, I see if I'm gonna get an answer to that one. That's who I'm going to go to. Yeah. Well, now I can't. Wait a minute. I can't ask anybody in the Bible, Ed. They're not here. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, okay. I'm with you. I just thought I talk to you often, so I figured you know that. I figured you know what that means. But that's okay. Yeah. No. When I want to cut you off, Ed, when I want to cut you off, I just cut you off. they ain't no wanting to it. I'll just do it. But as long as you don't insult me, like you often do, I'm good. We don't have to agree on everything, but that's cool. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, all right there, Mr. Ed. See, I don't mind holding a conversation with you if it makes sense to me. It is 7:19 in the morning. Don't forget I still don't know what that means. 860-1440. And Ed don't know what it means either. Okay, don't forget our sponsor our show this morning, of course, is JL Lane Truck and Auto. JL Lane Truck and Auto. You want to go to their website, jllanetruckandauto.com, 272-4313. You can ask for Steve or Kathy. She's over there too. If you need a car, a good, nice, dependable car that has been checked, rechecked, and checked over again. Okay, they are some great folks over there. The cars have been cleaned. They have been cleared of all known issues. They have passed a rigorous and a vigorous inspection process. So if you're ready to ride in a dependable car without having to worry about bringing it back 2 days from now, talking about the wheel when you went one way and the wheel went another way. Now, you don't have to worry about that with these guys. These guys are honest folks. You can even send your mother over there to get a car. Okay. And you don't send your mama anywhere just to get anything. So if you can send your mom, then they must be pretty good folks. And they are, Mr. Jim Lane and everybody over there. So 208 Gun Road is where they are. Or you can go check out the inventory this morning, right now, on the airways. Well, not on the airways, on the internet. At jllanetruckandauto.com. All one word except the .com. You know, you got to put .com. JL Lane Truck and Auto. Okay, so check it out. All right, and you will be glad that you did. All right, so nobody knows the answer to my question, huh? So, okay, I mean, we always hear it said, but I never quit. I never figured what that meant, though. But anyway, 860-1440 is the number here. Since it is, you know, like religion day to day. Yeah, but I knew Bowman wasn't there because I knew he didn't realize last week was the first Thursday. But I got you. Anyway, we will see you in a couple minutes. All right. I'm feeling pretty good this morning. It's a great day to be alive on top of the ground. I don't care what Ed says, rather than the ground being on top of you. We'll be back.
My heart sometimes fills with things unseen, and yet He bids holy please, but I can't understand.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Publix Supermarkets. Making an appointment to get your flu shot at the Publix pharmacy online is fast and easy. Most insurance plans cover it at no cost. Choose the best day and time for you. Visit Publix.com/flu to find a pharmacy and make an appointment, or head to your local Publix pharmacy for details. Restrictions apply.
Mainly dry with a decent amount of sunshine, if not plenty of sunshine, through 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon. Temperatures today in the upper 80s. It will be muggy again. After 3 o'clock, though, scattered showers and storms will increase in coverage from the south and southeast. Everybody can see it, but those east of Interstate 65 have the best chance. A couple of showers and storms can't be ruled out tonight. Low 70s, low 80s with a good chance of rain and a few storms Friday. Some heavy rain possible. Scattered wet weather this weekend. That's your First Alert Forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. We've got trouble on Atlanta Highway, 6500 block there in front of Walmart. So please use caution. 6500 block of Atlanta Highway in front of Walmart. So be careful there. Outside of that, we're looking good. Keep listening. Reinhardt Used Car Supercenter has over 30 Toyota Camrys, the #1 selling car in America. Your good credit and no money down gets you on the road today. Reinhardt Used Car Supercenter on the East Boulevard. Buckle up, it's the law. From Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
When it comes to tires, bald ain't so beautiful. It's time for a tire makeover at Chico's Auto Pros. Better price, better experience, guaranteed. 239-9510.
We've got Chris Black mid-mornings, Mark Levin for your drive home, and Ben Shapiro for your evening. It's News Radio 1440 and NewsRadio1440.com.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, beat the largest timeshare company in federal court and has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare information guide absolutely free. Call 800-881-8686. That's 800-881-8686.
From the very beginning, on every workday since, at every shift, and every individual effort, we carry a common purpose, a common cause. It's a duty we proudly honor, knowing behind every product we build is your faith in us, dedicated to the craft of gun making, dedicated to your freedom, equality, security, and the promise of this great country. Smith & Wesson, empowering Americans. Learn more at smith-wesson.com.
Asthma symptoms can attack anywhere, like on a city street. Now you can get fast relief anywhere with new improved Primatene Mist, the only FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. So whether you need relief of symptoms at the park or at your kitchen table, Primatene Mist starts working quickly, opening up your airways to restore free breathing. For temporary relief of mild symptoms of intermittent asthma, use Primatene Mist and breathe easy again. Available at CVS, Rite Aid, and Walgreens. Use as directed.
My doctor told me my blood pressure is borderline. I figured I could worry about it or do something about it. So I took control. with Garlic Healthy Blood Pressure Formula. It works safely and naturally to help maintain healthy blood pressure with a custom blend of garlic, vitamins, and minerals. And it's odor-free. I'm taking charge with Garlic Healthy Blood Pressure Formula.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
My muscles ached. I was tired all the time.
My son had a full-blown asthma attack. It came out of nowhere.
The unsettling thing about some symptoms is
I had a fever and these terrible headaches.
you don't always know what's causing them.
It was Lyme disease from a tick bite.
I had West Nile virus from a mosquito.
He had a reaction to cockroach allergens.
Threats to your health can come from unexpected places. Get the facts. Visit pestworld.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
The Jordan B. Peterson podcast with his very special two-part guest, Joe Rogan.
Oftentimes the last hour of a 3-hour podcast is the best hour.
Yeah, well, that intuition was certainly right and revolutionary.
Part of my revolutionary idea is just me being stubborn.
The Jordan B. Peterson podcast and special guest, Joe Rogan. Download it free and easy at Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from the Westwood One Podcast Network. Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
Chinese, the Russians don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 1440.
Sometimes the way you see it wrong is for you not to take it personal. 'Cause it's not about yourself. Yes, it's hard to face when you suffer for someone else. Share the battle.
Okay, then. Good morning. I love this song. Take all of your life experiences and make it medicine for somebody else. Oh, yes. Oh, that's encouraging. Good morning to you. Hope this day finds you well. Hope everybody's feeling pretty. It's Thursday. I'm not a preacher or anything like that, but, we do talk about religious things for 1 hour a week. I'm the guy that sits on the back bench because when I'm so dumb that I sit way back in the back because I don't want the preacher to see me, don't want him to, ask me a question or anything because I don't have the answer to. But I've often asked this question, what does that mean? And rarely have anybody ever answered the question. Whatever is loosed on earth will be loosed in heaven. I was just wondering what that means. I'm pretty there's some biblical scholars out there. Good morning. Pretty good. How you doing? Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, all right. Appreciate it. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be other people saying, that's not what it means. Because I don't know. But at least you tried. So that's good. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, I don't believe it is. Right. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, hey, thank you. Yeah, and I've often said that there's not a question that I can ask that God can't answer. I can't answer. But anyway, I just wanted. Now, somebody did send me something about it says Matthew 18:18 fits into the last. Okay, it records Jesus as saying, "Truly I tell you, whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven." Now, again, I didn't know we could take anything from earth and take it to heaven. But what exactly does that mean for us today? Was God goes on and said, let us explore this by asking three related questions. First, what was the context? Second, from whom was the promise intended? And third, what did bind on earth mean in the original audience? Okay, and again, I don't have time to go through the whole thing, but that's an interesting thing. It is 7:31, just in case. I just often wondered what does, because from what I understand, I mean, we got a hard time staying in our form, our human form, once they put us in the ground. We just we ain't there no more. So I'm just so and sometimes I wonder if the things that preachers say in church sometimes uh, transgress the bounds of imagination. I don't know. Will we see our relatives up in heaven? Will we know them? Will we even, we're not going to be in these humanly bodies, obviously not. So how are we going to know who it is? Will it matter? It's those are just questions. We say a lot of things in church that I often wonder about. I'm going to wear a long white robe. Well, you think God got robes in heaven? I don't know, but if it is, it probably ain't made out of the same stuff that's down here. I'm thinking, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. Somebody 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 asked me a question the other day, and I'm always hard on homosexuality and stuff like that, right? And I don't agree with it, but somebody did ask me a question the other day that made me actually think, and I said, well, which is rare because it's tough to get a question that you can think about. Um, if a person is born, and I want you guys to hear me out on this from a moral standpoint. If a person is born with a disability, with a cleft lip or mental issues, physical issues, we we don't burden them with criticism because they are who they are. We don't criticize them. We do everything we can to try to help them. At least as a society, some people don't care one way or the other. I got a friend that says that all disabled people, everybody ought to just be gotten rid of. Yeah, I can't even tell you his name. I won't even go there because I totally disagree. He seems to think that people who can't pull their own weight should be dispatched and let them die off the vine. That to me, that's pretty cruel. I don't think I can. I don't think I could. I don't think I could do that. But that's his thinking. And some days, but let's say we don't have any problem with physical disabilities of people or even mental disabilities with people. If we know there are we used to use the word retarded, which it still means the same word, but people don't like retarded anymore. So let's just say mentally deficient. Okay. We don't have a problem with people with those kinds of issues because we sympathize with them, and some of us can even empathize with them. So, homosexuality, could it be? I'm just putting forth the question. Could it be an issue that people, because who would want to put themselves through this social what do we call that thing in the military or Boy Scout, that you got to go over all these obstacles, and you got to go over all these obstacles to get to one obstacle, another obstacle. I forgot exactly what they call that thing. But who would put themselves through all of that trauma if there weren't something definitively different about them? I'm honestly, who would do that? If and you got to ask yourself, is it a reasonable thing? Is it a reasonable action to put yourself in a position where all of society, most of society, criticizes you? That's an interesting question. I mean, who would? So is it possible? Is it, because we have situations where a male and female are born with both gender parts. We call that hermaphrodites. Is it possible that mentally people could have the same issue? They're born with one body, but everything in them says I'm something else. And is it really a choice? I never really thought about it that way. I thought everybody chooses to do what they want to do, but it does beg to ask the question. Okay, 860-1440. Before I get to my other thing about this woman in jail. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Sure. Such as. But without a standard. But right. Well, but the New Testament came about with the New Covenant. And again, I'm not a biblical scholar, so nobody call it. I thought it came up with the presence of Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ died on the cross. Then we have a new covenant, which is the New Testament, we call it. So things change. But that's what men, men can take anything and confuse it, okay, and confuse it, and misinterpret it, misapply it. Man does that. Can't blame that on God and Jesus. I mean, it was. Now somebody just wrote to me, said there's no gay gene. Said it doesn't exist, and it may not. And I doubt if there's a gay gene. But let me right. But let me play the devil's advocate here. There were also, when we played in our fields when we were coming up, there were also kids who played cops and robbers. Now that don't mean that the robber that don't mean that the robber grows up to be a bank robber. Sure. Well, well, yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Appreciate it. It is 7:41. Got to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Oh well. 860-1440. You know what hour it is? I'm gonna get to this pregnant woman in Etowah County. They're putting women in jail up there who are pregnant, who who sounds good, but not really. But we'll talk about that when we get back. Talking about in Matthew, I think 18. It's in Matthew 18:18. It says whatever you loose on earth, you loose in heaven. Whatever you bound on earth, you bind in heaven. I just wondering, did anybody have a clue what that means? I read some articles about it, but it still didn't tell me what it meant. We'll be back.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Publix Supermarkets. Making an appointment to get your flu shot at the Publix pharmacy online is fast and easy. Most insurance plans cover it at no cost. Choose the best day and time for you. Visit Publix.com/flu to find a pharmacy and make an appointment, or head to your local Publix pharmacy for details. Restrictions apply.
Mainly dry with a decent amount of sunshine, if not plenty of sunshine, through 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon. Temperatures today in the upper 80s. It will be muggy again. After 3 o'clock, though, scattered showers and storms will increase in coverage from the south and southeast. Everybody can see it, but those east of Interstate 65 have the best chance. A couple of showers and storms can't be ruled out tonight. Low 70s, low 80s with a good chance of rain and a few storms Friday. Some heavy rain possible. Scattered wet weather this weekend.
That's your First Alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, the latest two problems reported by the authorities: Madison at Ripley and the 6500 block of Atlanta Highway in front of Walmart. Get ready for football and fall at Midtown Plaza. Have your eyebrows threaded at Z Threading. Shop Ross, Dress for Less, Dollar Tree, and more. Midtown Plaza, Ann Street, off of I-85. Another great McClinton & Company development. Buckle up for Montgomery Skywatch. This is Major Delay.
When it comes to tires, bald ain't so beautiful. It's time for a tire makeover at Chico's Auto Pros. Better price, better experience, guaranteed. 239-9510.
I got smart about mortgages, smart about college.
When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org, a free online resource from the nonprofit National Endowment for Financial Education. Smartaboutmoney.org, the easy place to start when you want to get smart.
To buy your home, you became a house hunting ace, learned about loans, scoured neighborhoods, and asked the right questions. Now you're queen of your castle. If you manage that, you can get your retirement plan on track. Visiting aceyourretirement.org can help. With 401k tips and smart saving strategies, you will feel empowered to own your retirement like you own your home. Go to aceyourretirement.org, because when it comes to clearing financial hurdles, you're an ace. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
My muscles ached. I was tired all the time.
My son had a full-blown asthma attack. It came out of nowhere.
The unsettling thing about some symptoms is
I had a fever and these terrible headaches.
you don't always know what's causing them.
It was Lyme disease from a tick bite.
I had Zika virus from a mosquito.
He had a reaction to cockroach allergens.
Threats to your health can come from unexpected places. Get the facts. Visit pestworld.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
Summer's here. Temperatures are soaring, and unfortunately, so is the risk of developing skin cancer. The sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can damage your skin if it's not protected properly. So when you're out in the sun this summer, make sure to wear your protective clothing like hats and long sleeves and repeatedly reapply sunscreen.
This is State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris. For more information, visit our website, www.alabamapublichealth.gov.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lonray Pelusi with today's Tip for Kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Getting ready for a new baby is a busy time. An important decision is how you will feed your baby. Breastfeeding will give your baby the best start in life. Breast milk is easy to digest and it has all the nutrients your baby needs. Breast milk protects babies from diseases and infections, and the close physical contact creates a special bond. If you have questions about breastfeeding, talk with your pediatrician and visit healthychildren.org.
Provocative, personal, unfiltered. This is Mouthpiece.
Because we experience a lot of different things. We experience a lot of hate from the world. And the only thing that we can really run to is each other's arms. Together, we have something powerful.
Super Bowl champion and self-described feminist Michael Bennett and his wife Pele invite listeners into their professional and private lives. By doing it authentic. Listen and subscribe to Mouthpiece. Free wherever you get your podcasts. From the Westwood One Podcast Network.
When the conversation starts.
Did you know that Alabama law requires all pets to be currently vaccinated against rabies? This is State Public Health Veterinarian Dee Jones. Rabies vaccination not only protects dogs and cats from the deadly virus, it also reduces the risk to the owners who can unknowingly be exposed by their unvaccinated pets. Help us protect you, your family, and your pet by getting them vaccinated today.
This message brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health and the station.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
And they tell me that it's gonna heal with time. But I know you. It won't be long to me.
And welcome back, everybody. 860-1440 is our number here. If you want to give us a call, I'd love to talk to you before I got to get to this other story, but this is interesting. You know, one of the things we as human beings do, we as human beings sometimes confuse, we confuse knowledge with truth. And I think we mess up often by doing that. Just because you think you know something doesn't make it truth. And what is truth, you may not know. So we get the two mixed up often, especially when it comes to religion. We really, you can't mix them both up. Knowledge and truth are two separate things. Now they can work together. But just because you think you know it doesn't make you right. And it doesn't make it true. And just because it's true doesn't mean you have to accept it. So knowledge and truth are two separate things that we try to blend together sometimes. But truth is eternal. Knowledge is changeable. And we always try to either put one on top of the other on top. They're different. But that's okay. That's why I'm the philosophy major. I can understand those things. Hey, good morning. Who's this? Yes. No, I wouldn't love him any less. No, I would not. That's my child. No, I would not. I had a brother that went that way. Didn't love him any less. Good morning. Yes. I'm doing fine. How are you? Mm-hmm. No, I got you. Mm-hmm. 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 Because healthy food, wait a minute, healthy food costs more than junk food. You know. Mm, mm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how we went from what I was talking about to solar energy. Where were you? Yeah, well, I'm gonna get to that. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that next time. Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. I did see that. Yeah, I did. Matter of fact, and podcasts. Podcasts are fine, but that's because somebody podcasts it don't make it true either. You know. So good. Mm-hmm. Coming to talk show host, right? Well, I think right, but I believe what we do is take the news that comes out there and see whether or not it passes the truth test. You know, that's what I think. This is. Mhm. Well, I saw the article. Yeah, yeah. No, of course, I think that's crazy. It's your property. I mean, that's crazy. Right, right. Well, the public service. I'm trying to figure which public. Yeah, and ours went up 6%. I'm just trying to figure out. It says Public Service Commission, public service. I'm just trying to figure which public they serving. Mm-hmm. You. Yeah. Interesting. All right. Appreciate it. Yeah. Who knows? It is 7:54 in the morning. You know, one of the things the Alabama Department of Correction confirms a warden at Elmore Correctional Facility will leave his post following an arrest last week. An ADOC representative said Jeffrey Baldwin, who is warden at the prison, was arrested in Coleman on August 30th for suspicion of driving under the influence. Now, I got to tell you, I, why should you lose your job because you get caught? I can see if you get convicted of a felony or something like that, but why should you lose your job? Okay, so he was drinking a little bit too much. You know, we have thousands of people that show up at a football game and they drink beer and they drive home. We as a nation contribute to this. So why should you lose your job if you get caught DUI? Now you might lose your license and got to figure out how to get to work, but how does that affect you doing your job? Because you got caught with a little bit more alcohol on you than drinking. I think that's crazy. That's not, is anybody, I mean, is that should you lose your job because of that? Again, if he was convicted of a felony, that's one thing. But I don't think DUI is a felony. I don't believe so, unless you kill somebody. I don't believe it is. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Well, go right ahead. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, really? Okay. All right then. Mm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Appreciate. Okay. I gotta go. I gotta go. Time's up. We'll be back.
Your WSFA 12 news update on News Radio 1440.
Alabama is scheduled to get nearly 70,000 doses of COVID-19 this week. The CDC is recommending updated boosters for those 12 and older.
Hallelujah.
Next town hall meeting, but there's been a change of location. It will be held at
I can't be. What's wrong?
members to talk with the new superintendent.
Hallelujah.
Special Thursday edition of Friday Night Football Fever. A lot of high school football games have been moved to tonight due to possible wet weather tomorrow. Be sure to tune in tonight's WSFA 12 News at 10 after the NFL game for the special edition of Football Fever. I'm Jasmine Williams, and these are your morning headlines.
News Radio 1440, WLWI AM, the home of the Dan Bongino Show. Also on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, Alabama.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I'm Vicki Barker in London, where Buckingham Palace has revealed the 96-year-old Queen is under medical supervision at her summer retreat of Balmoral.
We're told the doctors are concerned about her condition and she's under medical supervision at Balmoral, although she is comfortable.
The BBC's health correspondent Hugh Pam noting the Queen has suffered increasing mobility issues in recent months.
What we don't know is whether they have got worse or whether there's an underlying condition here, which doctors are now concerned about.
Her son and heir Prince Charles is said to be with her. Her other children are on their way, and we're told grandson Prince William, the next after Charles in line to the British throne, is on his way to Balmoral now. Again, Queen Elizabeth II under medical supervision at her Scottish retreat. The rest of the British royal family is gathering there. I'm Vicki Barker in London. Now with more CBS News, here's Deborah Rodriguez.
Hours of terror in Memphis have ended with an arrest. Police have taken a 19-year-old into custody after at least 4 people were killed in a shooting spree that was live streamed. Mayor Jim Strickland.
I'm angry for our citizens who had to shelter in place for their own safety until this suspect was caught.
Police in Las Vegas have arrested the Clark County public administrator in the stabbing death of a journalist who'd written about corruption in Jeff German's office. German lost a re-election bid. Donald Trump's former advisor Steve Bannon surrendering in New York City today to face charges of criminal wrongdoing. Correspondent Robert Costa.
Such charges may revive a past controversy. Bannon once faced federal fraud charges related to We Build the Wall Incorporated, a fundraising operation that sought to build private sections of the wall along the U.S.-Mexico border.
Secretary of State Blinken's made a surprise stop in Kyiv, announcing a proposal for $2 billion in more U.S. aid for war-torn Ukraine. In Germany, Defense Secretary Austin detailed a new weapons delivery.
The latest package includes more Gimlers, 105mm howitzers, artillery munitions, armed missiles, Humvees, armored ambulances.
There's one thing lots of Americans agree on, no matter their political persuasions. CBS's Jennifer DePinto with the results of our new poll.
We found that a big majority of Americans, 73%, think there should be a maximum age limit for holding elected office in the U.S. And we followed up and asked what people think that age limit should be.
President Biden, who intends to run for re-election, turns 80 in November. This is CBS News.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
You know, it's true. Difficult times have a way of focusing us. We have to think about what matters most when it comes to our spending, our health care. No doubt. This is why so many people are joining MediShare right now. MediShare is a trusted way to save up to 50% on your monthly healthcare costs. More than 400,000 people have already made the switch. It's pretty obvious why, too, especially now during this challenging season with healthcare costs and out-of-pocket expenses going up. MediShare can save you a lot of money. The typical family saves $500 a month. And MediShare is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry that's worked beautifully for 27 years. There are different options to choose from to fit your budget. I'll give you the number here in a second, and if you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Maybe now would be perfect time to make the switch and start saving. Here you go. Call 866-88-BIBLE. That's 866-88-BIBLE. 866-88-BIBLE.
There are lots of sleepy tennis fans this morning.
A thrilling marathon tennis match lasted till nearly 3 a.m. at the U.S. Open, the latest finish in tournament history. And on ESPN, 19-year-old Spaniard Carlos Alcaraz moved into the semifinals, outlasting Jannik Sinner in a 5-hour, 15-minute, 5-set struggle that ended at 2:50 a.m. Alcaraz will now face American Francis Tiafoe, who moved into the semis too. He's the first American man to do that in 16 years. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Botox is getting its first competitor in the anti-wrinkle department. The FDA has approved a new treatment called Daxxify that one-ups the original by promising to last 2 months longer. The injections block signals between nerves and muscles, making them relax. Demand for the anti-aging antidote continues to grow. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
This is State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris.
encouraging you to take the Purple Pledge and support the 47 million people worldwide who are living with Alzheimer's disease and other dementias.
The number of Americans living with Alzheimer's is growing at an alarming rate. 10% of people over the age of 65 have the disease, and 2/3 of them are women. New research is making it possible to detect Alzheimer's disease and providing an accurate diagnosis earlier than ever before. This message brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health and this station.
Russell Wilson here. We play 60, United Way in the NFL, for healthy kids stay at least 60 minutes a day. To get involved, go to unitedway.org/play60. Are you guys going to do that every time? Yes, of course. Brought to you by United
Tonight,
Way.
that's tonight. Okay.
Don't miss Sean Hannity.
Biden incoherently adheres
Live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Okay, we're back. First of all, let me tell you about the sponsor of our show. You know, he's a man who has impeccable business credentials. J.L. Lane Truck and Auto. J.L. Lane Truck and Auto. That's right. You need a used car? Okay, not used up. How about a pre-loved car? A car that would take you from here to there without you having to worry about it. I can only think of one place in town. The best pre-loved car own dealership in town, of course, is J.L. Lane Truck and Auto. Truck and Auto. Now, you need to go over there, which is located at 208 Gun Road. 208 Gun Road. But if you don't feel like going over there, you can always go online and look at the inventory. JLLaneTruckandAuto.com. JLLaneTruckandAuto.com. Check it out. They got some great cars over there right now, and I still like to get rid of that Lincoln, because that Lincoln, that's a smooth car. Just think how much you could Uber in a Lincoln. You give people room. I'm just really nice. Anyway, go by and see them, and you can the inventory. Now, here's the good thing about it. They got online inventory. You can buy there and you can pay there. So if your credit's not as good as you'd like it to be, don't worry about it. You don't have to kiss the ring of the Montgomery Credit Association or Credit Bureau, whoever those folks are. Experian, we don't care about. We don't care about Experian, Transamerica. We don't care about that. All we care about is your word. You sit down, Mr. Lane. You sit down with Steve, and you work out a plan. You work the plan. You plan the work, and you work the plan. Okay. So he will put you in a car. He will put you in one. Be honest, be forthright, and be a man of your word. And I guarantee you, Mr. Lane will put you in a car. Okay? Just be honest. Sit down. Make your yays be yay, your nays be nay. When you shake a man's hand, like we tell Z, when you shake a man's hand, you look him straight in the eye and you be honest with him. If you do that, I guarantee you, and have a little down payment money, I guarantee you, you'll walk out away from J.L. Lane Truck and Auto with a vehicle. Okay? You will. He'll take care of you. And the car will be in good shape. Okay? Because they all have undergone rigorous inspections, and there's no way that you'll leave there without a car if you really need one. Okay, so give them a call, 272-4313, 272-4313. Let me say that one more time just in case you didn't get it. 334-272-4313. And if they don't have what you're looking for online or on the lot, ask Steve if he can get you one. If he can get you what you want. Okay? I'm just saying, I think they can. They have a resource that is impeccable. They can get you whatever car you want. Just make sure you got a little down payment. I mean, you got to have a little down payment money. Okay? You got to take care of that first. So just take care of your business. All right? All right then. So give them a call. 272-4313. Okay? Again, 272-4313. Somehow I remember the numbers that way better than I do giving all the 7 numbers. So 272-4313. See, I remember that. I wasn't even looking at the paper. I got it. 272-4313. I mean, who can't remember that? Anyway, ask for Steve. He'll hook you up. Okay. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Now, there's an article in the paper today that I found. Well, it's in the paper yesterday. Well, no, it's in the paper today, and I found it interesting. Well, do we really? If you have a DUI, and I just like your response. There's a guy who worked for the Department of Corrections. Now, I think the Department of Corrections sucks. I don't think they're responsive to the people. I think they treat their people bad, the prisoners over there. I think but I don't know who's responsible. Well, I do know who's responsible. The governor ultimately is responsible for the way they treat people over there. Okay. Just because you're in jail, in prison, don't mean you got to be treated less than a dog. Okay. Kind of like the Whitehurst thing yesterday. You know, just because we treat dogs. I mean, I wish this was an exaggeration, but it isn't. We treat dogs better than we do human beings. Okay? I know they're service pets. I love my dog. I don't have a dog, but I love my dog when I had a dog. He left one night. I'm still looking for him. So I understand, I understand we love the dogs, but the dog's a chicken with another name. Okay? Because in some countries, we fry them up for dinner. So in America, though, we got this love affair with a dog more than we do a human being. I've seen people leave their dog $1 million in their will. I like to have that dog because I cook his tail and then spend his money. He'll never know. Anyway, I don't think you should lose your job because you get a DUI. I just don't. Everybody makes a mistake. Now, if you keep getting them, they don't care. Maybe you need to, be suspended for a minute. But you lose your job because you got a DUI. Everybody knows that going to a football game on Saturday and Sunday, people are drinking. Everybody knows that. So, are you telling me that 100,000 people in the studio, in the stadium, somebody doesn't have too much alcohol and they're driving? Are you trying to tell me that? Is that what we're trying to tell each other? Right. And I got a bridge in New York called the Q Bridge that I want to sell you. Okay, I'm just saying, we're such hypocrites as Americans. We really are. Anyway, moving right along to the other thing. Let me take this call before I get on to my main subject here. Good morning. Who's this? That's the truth. Right. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
Come on now. So we got to really start thinking about that. And I think you were on the other subject about, of that, and I think that's very important.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Appreciate it. I got a couple guests in here. Now they're not used to coming here to controversial radio. They were down at that nice radio station down there, and now we don't play that nice stuff up here. But I'm gonna be nice for the time. Yeah, I'm gonna be nice for the time being. Yeah. Yeah. Well, sometimes the pot needs stirring. Yeah.
And everything else, we can't believe that sometimes you believe in what you be putting out there, but I think you do it certified.
Hey, I never say anything that I do not believe. I mean that. My yays are my yays, my nays are my nays. I don't say you have to agree with me, but I never say what I don't believe. That's the difference between me and Herschel Walker. See, Herschel Walker just saying the crap that he can say because he want to get elected. See, but I don't play that. Yeah, I got you.
The Whitehurst case, I think we should just lie at the rest of the fake generations. He did this indiscriminately killed and no one, it took about 30 years to get an apology. And
yeah,
we need to make that family whole.
Okay. Let me talk to my guests. Being a member of the Parks and Recreation Board, a prestigious member of our community, I didn't know this was going on. And I don't even live that far from the zoo. But anyway, tell the folks who you are.
Good morning. I'm Candy Capel. I'm a board member of the Montgomery Zoo and proud to be one. Been several years, I think probably over 10 years.
And my name is Stephen Pierce, and I'm the Program Services Manager at the Montgomery Zoo.
Okay. And you guys got a fundraiser coming up?
We do. Actually, it's next Thursday night on September the 15th. We have an event called Zubilation. And Zubilation is just an event that goes on annually here at the Montgomery Zoo. It is a fundraising event But however, it is kind of the wildest party in town. And basically what you, the event, just to kind of paint the picture of it, is that you come in and there's going to be about 30 to 40 different restaurants that you can partake samples of. There's also going to be bar vendors that are going to be there as well, live entertainment. And we actually had a digital auction that just went live last night. So you can bid on anything from spa packages to gift cards, to wine packages, to art that's created by humans and by animals. And it's just a good variety of different things that you can go ahead and get a jump start on your Christmas shopping or presents for that perfect person. And like I said, the evening is just an event. Like I said, it is a fundraiser, but it's also just a great time to come out and socialize with your friends, your coworkers, clients, if you want to bring clients out to the Montgomery Zoo. And it's just a nice evening for adults to come and enjoy the zoo in an entirely different perspective than a daytime visit.
Now, if people want to bid on some of the things that are up for auction, is there a website they go to do this, or how does that work?
You can go to montgomeryzoo.com and then you can register there. We work through Bidding for Good, but we have so many different items up for auction. So you simply go to montgomeryzoo.com and register for the auction, and you can see everything that's being offered. You can bid right then and there once you register. And then if someone else bids against you, you'll get the alerts, and you can continue to bid on that item that you like. And it's a lot of fun items. I mean, spa packages and hotel stays and restaurant gift cards and things you can't even imagine. Painting, as Stephen mentioned, by our animals. We have some actual animal paintings that were done at the Montgomery Zoo.
Okay, you don't mean the animals did the painting?
Yes, they did.
Yes.
Paws, feet, whatever, they did the paintings themselves. If you haven't ever seen one, you've got to see at least one. They're very creative. They are very beautifully, you could beautifully.
I think creative is an understatement.
They're very unique.
I like that word. I like that. I'm going to have to roll over there one of these days. So I bet you guys didn't know I was on the Parks and Recreation Board, did you?
No.
We did not.
Didn't know that.
I know.
But
And
here's the thing.
neither do they.
But let me tell you, here's what makes it stand out. It's an adult-only party. Adults only. So for your ticket for the entire evening, you are sampling some of the best food in the river region. There are 7 bars throughout the area where we're celebrating. And so you can continue to make your rounds, meet other people. As we said, find out more about the auction, what items are being offered. Enjoy the music. We'll have live music there. Entertainment. It's just a great.
And this is next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
Correct. The 15th.
The 15th.
September the 15th.
Well, that's good. Now, is there a number that people can call to get more information, or just go to the website?
Sure, you can give us a call at 334-625-4905, or you can go on montgomeryzoo.com. There is our Zubilation page, which provides all sorts of information. It allows you to purchase your tickets. Tickets are $50 per person. We do ask that you be 21 years and older in order to attend, since there is alcohol being served at the event. And then you can also register for that our auction. Go ahead and get started, because like I said, the auction is live right now, and it'll go from now all the way through the night of the event.
Okay, that's good. Well, Candy, I know of you, and Mr.
Steve.
Pleasure meeting you. Have you been here before?
I have.
Not in here.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
been a while.
Yeah, I got sometime I remember, sometime I don't.
Unfortunately, you guys have been shut down for interviews for a while
Yeah.
due to COVID.
Yeah, not me. I wasn't scared of COVID. Still ain't scared of COVID. Anyway, and I'm old. Anyway, well, listen. Again, thank you guys. Give the name of the thing again one more time, and the date that it is, and then I'll gotta go to a break.
Okay, again, it's Zubilation at the Montgomery Zoo, and it's going to be held Thursday night, September the 15th. And tickets are $50 per person. You do need to be 21 years and older to attend, and you can purchase tickets at montgomeryzoo.com. And you can also find out additional information at montgomeryzoo.com, or you can give us a call at 334-625-4905.
All right, thank you very much. Hopefully, now the next time y'all come up here, don't make me laugh. This is where the money coming from. The people with the big checkbooks listen to talk radio. Okay, so y'all need to come up here first. Make sure they're second next time.
Will do.
I'm just thinking.
Got it. We got it.
We'll be back.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you very much, sir.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Greatly
Appreciate it.
appreciate it.
Did they ever, let me get this. I can ask you something. Did they ever straighten you up on
No.
News Radio 1440.
The big
Cucamonga
Making an appointment to get your flu shot at Publix Pharmacy online is fast and easy. Most insurance plans cover it at no cost. Choose the best day and time for you. Visit Publix.com/flu to find a pharmacy and make an appointment, or head to your local Publix pharmacy for details. Restrictions apply.
Good morning, Montgomery. We've got a new accident. It's Woodley Road at Baldwin Brook. So please use caution. That's south of the boulevard. Woodley at Baldwin Brook. Outside of that, we're looking good. You see something giving you trouble, contact us. We'll pass the info along. Invisible Fence has the Boundary Plus system, giving your pet security, but giving them more room to enjoy life. Call Vicki at Invisible Fence, 265-2585. Buckle up for Montgomery Skywatch. This is Major Delay.
How many miles have you driven past your scheduled auto service checkup? A few hundred or a few thousand? Call Chico's Auto Pros today to schedule a quick service at our Atlanta Highway location.
Your morning cup of Sean. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Why are you going to make the Iranian mullahs rich again? Like up until last year, you were making Putin and Russia rich again so they could start wars in Ukraine. Why are you going to make the Saudi Arabia rich again, OPEC nations rich again? Why would you make Venezuela rich again when we have all the natural resources here? This is your Green New Deal socialism. This is, so after 4 p.m., pre-cool your home. Oh, okay. What do you do if you have that electric car they were telling you to buy? How are you going to charge your car if you don't get
You
home
won't charge your car.
before 4 p.m. to charge it? And by the way, where does the charging come from? 90% of the electric grid is fossil fuel related.
The conservative underground meets later today on the Sean Hannity Show.
All right, we all know ammo is expensive and in short supply. Did you know you could train without ammunition at your house using Mantis X? The Mantis X firearms training system is a no ammo, all electronic way to practice and improve your shooting accuracy. Now, it simply attaches to your own firearm like a weapons light, and you can use it at home or at the range. The Mantis X gives you data-driven, real-time feedback on your technique and guides you through drills and courses. 94% of shooters improve within 20 minutes of using Mantis X. It's military-grade technology at an affordable price. Now, the Mantis X has improved my shooting dramatically and is a must-have for every gun owner. If you believe in your Second Amendment rights, you must also act on your Second Amendment responsibility to be confident and competent in your shooting ability. Now start improving your shooting accuracy today. Get your Mantis X now when you go to MantisX.com. That's one word, MantisX.com.
It could be information to change your life forever. Or the Something You Should Know podcast could just be something interesting.
I'm talking with Brian Hare, author of the book Survival of the Friendliest. Because our minds are built for friendliness, we survived and those other species went extinct.
Friendliness leads to cooperation, which leads to innovation, which leads to civilization.
If only I could say it so concisely.
Yeah, maybe I should be interviewed by me on this show.
Join Mike Carruthers and guests for Something You Should Know. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, I'm Jody.
And I'm Cassie from American
Hallelujah.
We would like to say thank you to everyone who called up in Elmore County for voting us your #1 person in the 2022 Reader's Choice Award. If you've never shopped with us before,
Y'all come see us.
and if you've shopped with us in the past,
Y'all come back, you hear?
remember to check us out on Facebook when we post all of our new items.
You don't pay fake money, don't set up fake wood. Good morning, Alabama. How'd you sleep last night?
You can buy a mattress anywhere, but at Wolf Boys Bedding, we want to make sure you get a good night's sleep. We'll take the time to show you how a mattress is made and what supports you and gives you comfort. Then let you make a decision on what's best for you. Whether you need an inexpensive mattress or a great night's sleep, we have you covered. Shop the Better Sleep Sale and get up to $400 off on
Great night's sleep. Wolf Boys Bedding next to American Wolf.
Finding
great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Case Legal Media is responsible for the content of this ad. Attention, all military members or military families or contractors that spent time at Marine Base Camp Lejeune. If you or a family member have lived, worked, or served at Camp Lejeune at any time from 1953 to 1987, you may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Call 800-320-9047 now to see if you qualify. That's right. Marines, their families, employees, contractors, and anyone who lived, worked, or served at Camp Lejeune may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Contaminated with toxic chemicals for decades, causing serious health conditions such as cancer, Parkinson's, leukemia, and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Congress has approved, and President Biden has signed a new law allowing anyone that spent time at the base to seek the justice they deserve. Millions have been set aside for victims of toxic water claims. If you or a loved one was at Camp Lejeune at any time through 1987 and developed a serious health condition, you or your family may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Hurry, time is limited. Call 800-320-9047. That's 800-320-9047. 800-320-9047.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
Alrighty then.
Of a dying old friend, we talked about what Jesus said, how someday we'd live again. He held his Bible to his chest as he slowly slipped away. But before he took his final breath, I heard my dad say, it's true, I can hear the angels.
And we are back. Hey, it's Thursday. You know, on Thursday we try to do the gospel music thing to pay honor to the good Lord. Plus, this is a great song. Anyway, Ivan Parker. As a matter of fact, it's true. Good morning to you. Our numbers here are 860-1440. We were talking, a lot of them were talking. Now, here's a story I've been trying to get to all morning. I haven't had an opportunity to get to it because I mean, on the face, it seems somewhat reasonable, but not really if you follow the story. A pregnant woman was held for months in one of Alabama's jails to protect her fetus from drugs. Police arrested Ashley Banks on May the 25th with a small amount of marijuana and a pistol without a permit to carry. Under normal circumstances, the 23-year-old from Gaston would have been able to post bond and leave jail until her criminal trial. But Banks, she admitted to smoking pot on the same day she found out she was pregnant, 2 days before her arrest. Why she did that, I don't know. Etowah County, that meant that she couldn't leave jail unless she entered a drug rehab, leaving her in limbo for 3 months. And she's not the only one. According to attorneys involved in her case, several pregnant women and new moms accused of exposing their fetuses to drugs have been held for weeks or months inside Etowah County Detention Center under special bond conditions that require rehab and a $10,000 of cash. Attorneys with the National Advocates for Pregnant Women, an organization that opposes laws that criminalize pregnancy. They ain't criminalizing pregnancy, but they, you got to take some caution, but says that it's unfair to impose special conditions on pregnant women who haven't been convicted of any crimes. As a result of the policy, The Etowah County Detention Center often holds several pregnant and postpartum women in jail against the advice of experts on maternal and fetal health. Dr. Carolyn Surfin, an OB/GYN and an expert on incarceration and pregnancy at Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine, wrote an affidavit urging the court to release Banks. The stress and conditions of jail, now there's another thing too, and prisons, including lack of consistent access to standard prenatal care and mental health care, poor diets, poor sanitation, infestations with bugs and vermin, poor ventilation, tension, noise, lack of privacy, lack of family and community contact can be detrimental to physical and mental health, which can result in poor pregnancy outcomes for both the mother and the baby. Now, let me finish the rest of it. Banks has a high risk pregnancy due to family history of miscarriages. She said she was jailed at 6 weeks of pregnancy. About 6 weeks into her incarceration, she started bleeding and was taken to Gaston Regional Medical Center. Yeah, I hear. Okay, sorry about that. Doctors diagnosed her with some word, subchronic something, hematoma. Hematoma, yeah. I don't know what the other word is. Subchron something. Okay, let me break this down by the syllables. Subchondriatic. That's close to it. Hematoma, a condition with blood pools near the wall of the uterus. Okay, it sounds serious to me. The condition increases the chance of miscarriage and preterm delivery. So they're gonna put her in jail for all these months. Okay, now let me get this straight. Logic and reason. So we're gonna put her in jail. So because she smoked a little Mary Joe, and which I don't think you should, but you know, it's up to you. And put her in a condition that she most certainly will catch hell being pregnant inside the jail. I mean, she hadn't killed anybody yet. She was carrying a gun without a license. I don't know if you ought to go to jail for that, and smoking a little dope, which, you know, I mean, at some point, if you can prove she hurt the child, or hurt the fetus, whatever you want, then you may have a case. But putting people in jail, that's like putting people in jail for thinking about robbing the bank. Okay? So you thinking about robbing the bank, and you told somebody you think about robbing the bank, so the next thing you know, you look out the door and you got SWAT at your house. You know, come on, man. You know, what you think? I don't know. What say you? You know, are we going a little bit too far on infringing the rights of citizens in the name of protecting the fetus? Yeah. Because putting you in a jail, incarcerating you in a jail with the conditions that were expressed here, puts your child in greater danger than smoking marijuana. You know, I mean, come on, Alabama. Sometimes we just get it right. So we're gonna take you out of we're gonna arrest you for a situation that might hurt you. Okay. But we know doggone well being in jail without the proper environment will certainly hurt you. So, you know, I don't know. I just don't think that's a good move. 860-1440. What say you? I mean, again, we're gonna start putting people in jail for eating bad food. You know, junk food. We're gonna start doing that because, you know, potentially eating junk food could mess you up. Lord knows I'd have been in jail a long time ago. Good morning. Who's this? Yes.
They do that. They've been doing that here.
So that means they've been wrong a long time.
What's wrong with that? Just like if if a child shows up at the hospital and they see bruises and welts and all that for it.
Right, but at least that identifies something, whether or not the kid deserves that butt whooping or not. That at least identifies something has been done. Whereas getting high.
No, if you're pregnant, they have the right to arrest you.
Are you all right? Are you all right with that? So put you in jail. Wait a minute. Put. Okay. Okay. So putting them in. Wait a minute. But putting them in jail with no. But you can prove there's being right. But you can prove there's harm being done. Nobody can prove this until the baby comes out. Well, how do we know until the child comes out? How do we know? How do we know that marijuana harms a child? I can understand crack, but how do we know marijuana harms a pregnancy? Does anybody ever prove that? Yeah. I would agree. No, I would, but I agree. But and the environment, right? But the environment that they put you in prison will guarantee that that child will probably come out with issues, bugs, that no medical treatment really, no nothing, and you sitting there in jail. Well, again, I want again to put people in jail for what you think may happen. I find that right, because you cannot prove that every woman drinks who smokes a little marijuana. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. So the woman is sleeping on the floor in jail, on the floor, unsanitary, and that's worse. That's uh, evidently not. So, do we really believe that putting a woman in that kind of environment is somehow going to be a better environment for her child than just smoking a little Mary Jo? Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You got to be responsible for what you do. Children don't go to jail. But for what they think may happen, not what has actually happened. Yeah. Okay. If she right, but if she hadn't, yeah, well, if she had a good attorney, she probably wouldn't be in jail. If she had money, she probably wouldn't. She probably getting high because she broke. Okay, I'm just saying, if I had money, I probably wouldn't be in the situation that I'm in. Anyway, good morning to you. I just think it's a bad call. I also think a guy losing his job at the Department of Correction because he got caught with a DUI. I think you shouldn't lose your job. You may lose your license and ride a bike to work, but for a little while, But one, unless this was his third DUI, I don't think you should lose your job. I mean, listen. If I'm working at Mickey D's, okay, I'm cooking burgers, all right, and I get caught with a DUI. I think they're gonna fire me. They may dock me for not being assured to work that day, but you think I'm gonna get fired? And I'm messing with people's food. Okay, I'm cooking people's food. Okay, so I don't know. We sometimes the moral police Okay. And I don't know. Okay, here's a question. Is it immoral to drink and drive? No. It is illegal. But it is not immoral. Some people can drive and drink. I can't because I never know how it feels to drink. But I don't know. Maybe when I get 66, I'll have a beer. Okay, to celebrate being alive. Okay, get as old as Donald Jenkins. I'll have a beer. Anyway, all right, then let me get out of here. But let's take a break and we'll come back. Uno momento is 8:40 in the morning. Where's the hour going today? And there are other things that are in the news also. I had something I was going to tell you about anyway. Um, somebody put a picture. Somebody put a picture of. I ain't gonna tell you who it is because you know who it is. Put a picture of Clarence Thomas and Herschel Walker, and they called them coons. And I think that is so disrespectful. Now I will tell you that I am a Clarence Thomas fan. I am not a Herschel Walker fan. Um, I don't think Herschel Walker is articulate enough. He doesn't possess the articulation ability to be a senator. In my mind, I don't know if he believes anything that he's saying. I think they put him up there strictly as a token. I'll hardly ever use that word so they can get somebody in office and manipulate the hell out of him. I don't feel the passion in his delivery in his speeches that he can barely get through sometimes. So I'm all for smart. I love Clarence Thomas. I think he's adequate. I think he's learned it in the law. But I believe they just put Herschel Walker up because Herschel Walker is a well-known entity. But is he sophisticated enough to be a senator? I don't believe he is, but I believe he can be manipulated, and that's my problem with Herschel Walker. So I'm not going to. I ain't too crazy about Herschel Walker being a United States senator. There are many, many, many other people out there that I think that would fit that bill a lot better than Herschel. But hey, we live in a football kind of world, so we'll be back. Anybody disagree with me? You know what you can do. Call 860-1440. That's the number here. Clarence Thomas, yes. Herschel Walker, I don't live in Georgia, so I ain't gonna worry about it. We'll be back. And my differences are philosophical, not racial. See, that's why I can get away with this. Okay, we'll be back.
Alert weather forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Publix Supermarket. Start saving on all the grocery items you love at Publix. From weekly sales and digital coupons to buy one, get one promotions, you can always find more ways to save. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Mainly dry with a decent amount of sunshine, if not plenty of sunshine, through 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon. Temperatures today in the upper 80s. It will be muggy again. After 3 o'clock, though, scattered showers and storms will increase in coverage from the south and southeast. Everybody can see it, but those east of Interstate 65 have the best chance. A couple of showers and storms can't be ruled out tonight. Low 70s, low 80s with a good chance of rain and a few storms Friday. Some heavy rain possible. Scattered wet weather this weekend. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. We've got a new accident at Woodley Road in Baldwin Brook. So please use caution. That's south of the boulevard, Woodley and Baldwin Brook. Outside of that, we're looking good. You see something giving you trouble, contact us. We'll pass the info off. Whether your credit's perfect or just plain bad, approval for an equity loan on your home or land is just a phone call away. You have to call. Call the 18, the MCS in Wetumpka, 567-9000, and MLS 232-876. Buckle up. It's the law. From Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
When it comes to tires, bald ain't so beautiful. It's time for a tire makeover at Chico's Auto Pros. Better price, better experience, guaranteed. 239-9510.
The City of Montgomery Department of Cultural Affairs is calling all creative minds. The department exists to engage, enlighten, and elevate a diverse, inclusive cultural arts community. They're committed to strengthening and showcasing organizational and individual cultural endeavors in our hometown. To advance this cause, they're seeking individual artists, artisans, advocacy groups, schools, and avid patrons of the arts. If this is you, visit montgomeryal.gov and click on the Cultural Affairs page to register to be part of Montgomery's creative community.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ziprecruiter.com/free.
Attention River Region. Don't wait on one of those internet companies to hopefully call you back. You'll be disappointed even if they do. Just Blinds and Travel is here to make sure your home has the look and feel of the best American-made window treatments, including motorization and smart home options. Your guests will love them as much as you do. For over 35 years, Just Blinds has been the trusted local source for quality, beauty, and customer satisfaction, serving Lake Martin, Auburn, and the River Region.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ziprecruiter.com/free.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
Okay, I'm with you. I got you. There we go. There we go. Okay, it's 8:48 in the morning. Okay, I got to get a first-time call. I mean, somebody, give me a call. You never called before. It's got to be somebody out there listening this morning, because I'm too brilliant not to be able to captivate somebody's attention. 860-1440. Somebody, give me a first-time caller. Okay, I'm trying to get some more advertisers here. Okay, help me out here. Let me feed the kid because he's growing. He's a big boy. Matter of fact, he starts his first day in Upward Bound this weekend. As a matter of fact, he's going to do something with Alabama State or something like that. So I'm gonna see what he got going on. Anyway, 860-1440. Okay. I got 10 minutes left. I got 10 minutes. I got time for a one first time caller. I know John Markway used to do this all the time just to make sure somebody's still listening. So I guess I got to do it now too, since that was my mentor in this business. So okay now. So 860-1440. Wait a minute. Is this it? Is this one? Good morning. Okay. Listen, it's nothing wrong with being loved. Little love is good. Little love is good for everybody. That's what I heard. Yeah, you share your love with everyone. That's what I heard. That's good. Okay, then. All right. That ain't exactly the first time call I look for. But hey, listen. Anybody in the audience is a good. It's a good audience. 860-1440. Somebody. Please, somebody call first time. See, I got a bet today. I got a bet with this with this guy. I'm trying to get the advertiser on the show that I'd get at least one first time caller today. Now, if I get the first time caller, I'm gonna go over there and get this check. I don't get all the money. You know, the money goes to the boss down on the hall, but at least, you know, I'll feed Z, you know, a little bit more. I mean, Z getting tired of chicken. I'm just trying to tell you. I'm trying to give the boy at least a steak once a month. You know, right now steak is hard to buy. So 860-1440. I'm just waiting for that one first time caller, you know, so I can get this check for this new advertiser, bring them on to the family. So somebody out there's got to be a first time caller. Okay, somebody, somewhere. Because the guy don't believe me. I said, listen, everybody who listen, don't call. You know, it's a small town. You know, before I get okay, wait a minute. Hold it. Is this it right here? Let me see. Good morning. Hello. You ain't first time call. Yeah. You're the first time caller. I'm sorry. Go right. What's up? Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Thank you. Yeah, that is scary. I mean, again, if I'm thinking about robbing a bank, the police gonna come to my house because I told somebody I'm thinking about it. Do I go to jail? You know, I ain't did nothing yet, but I mean, I may be broke that day and say I robbed the bank because that's where the money is. You know, so yeah, I'm not too keen on that at all. Not at all. Let them do something. Let them harm somebody, do something, and then there's consequences. But because you think something may happen, that's communism 101. You know, so yeah, that is scary. Oh well, man, it's too many. It's too many to go through. It's too many to go through. But catch me tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. I'll talk about anything. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Wow. That's been a minute. Well, I thank you very much. I know you haven't always agreed with me. That's cool. You know. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right, but I'm probably sure it's not like going to Baptist East. Yeah. Do you think we ought to put a woman in prison who's pregnant? No. I mean, but even she. Well, I guess. Yeah, I guess you're. If you do something bad, you and the baby got to go to jail. So I guess that's true. He already in jail already inside that stomach. Okay. Well, thank you for calling. Now I'm gonna go get this check from this guy so I can feed Z. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. All right then. See, I knew there's somebody. We got some more. We got some more out there. You know who listen. They don't call very much, but I appreciate it. But I'll save that one till another day. Now I'm going to get this guy who write this check, and so I can get some more advertising here. Can't tell you who it is though yet because he may have changed his mind. You know, he may be jiving me. Now jiving is a word we used to use back in the '70s for like BSing. I can't tell you what BSing means, but it don't mean biscuits and sausage. I'll tell you that much. Anyway, is that it? Am I done? Is the day almost over? Okay, move on to something else then, right quick. Then. Okay. Yeah, I guess, baby. You know, I was reading in some. How do you get pregnant in prison? I mean, how's that possible? Okay, I know how you do it. Okay, no, don't get me wrong. I know how I know how it's done. I just don't know where do you get the privacy to get somebody pregnant in prison. Okay, and I thought women prison only had women guards. So we got men guards and okay, okay. Here, one more thing before I go. I do not figure out. I have not figured out how Montgomery Public Schools can get a smaller budget when they raise the prices on my taxes on my house. Okay. Well, one of the reasons why they're getting the smaller budget is because more people are leaving school. Here is the $20,000 question that somebody at the school system ought to ask. Why do people leave the school? Now, our new superintendent, which I'm willing to give him a break, give him a couple minutes, that is the question. Out of all the questions that we ask, why do people leave public school and put your budget in jeopardy? Why is that? Your budget is bigger than the budget of the city of Montgomery. But why do people take their kids out of a free school? Hello. Why do we do that? Why didn't Z go to public school for the first 10 grades first 9 grades of his existence? There's a reason. Find that reason. Do the school system really believe that people want to pay extra and pay for public school? So you're whining about your budget right now. Your budget is predicated on how many students you have. So here's the question, and it doesn't take a PhD in education or none of these overrated degrees in education that you guys have to figure this out. This is so easy. I mean, this is like walking down the street and seeing dog poop and knowing that you need to step around it. This is how easy this is. Why are people taking their kids out of public school and pay for another school when we still have to pay for public school? Well, I mean, answer that question and you have your answer why your budget is not what it ought to be, why people have left school. This is not okay, this is not rocket science. Okay, why are people, even the poor folks that can take their kids out of public school, why are they doing it? Let's continue this conversation on tomorrow. If you want to know why, oh yeah, there's a school thing tonight, and it's going to be at the Impact School, 2901 South Boulevard, 6 p.m. this afternoon. Again, maybe somebody should ask the new superintendent. Well, why do you believe that people leave public school? I'm not going. He tired of me already, so I'm not going to go back. I've been the one you get the same answers all the time. So, but why is the budget lacking when the money that you guys are collecting is more? Okay, I helped you guys pass a tax on my doggone house. So why don't you have enough money? Why are people? That's once we answer that question, then we won't have to worry about our budget because people will be flocking back to public school. Why pay for a private school when you can get the same education in public school? Why is that? Come on, this don't take rocket science. It just don't. It just don't take rocket science. So I'm just saying. So if your budget is low because you're losing children, ask yourself. I mean, really, you don't need a PhD in common sense to get this one. Why are people leaving public school? Stop with the race crap, because a lot of folks been leaving the school. Why are people leaving public school? Let's have that discussion tomorrow if we live in that happen. All right. Well, I gotta go. This is so easy until hell I ought to get a PhD just to come up with the question. Anyway, I'll see you guys later on. Have a great day. And remember, it's a great day to be on top of the ground rather than the ground being on top of you. Good morning to you.
USFA 12 News Update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Catherine Williams with WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Thursday. Alabama is scheduled to get nearly 70,000 doses of COVID-19 boosters this week. The CDC is recommending updated boosters for those 12 and older. The boosters target the original variant of the virus and 2 of the Omicron variants. The health expert says this new booster is an added layer. Montgomery Public Schools will hold its next town hall meeting, but there's been a change of location. It will be held at Impact at 6 p.m. This is tonight with parents and community members who talk with the superintendent. It's a special edition of Friday Night Football Fever, a lot of high school football games have been moved to tonight due to possible wet weather tomorrow. Be sure to tune in tonight's WSFA 12 News at 10 after the NFL game for the special edition of Football Fever. I'm Jasmine Williams.
Football Fever.
WLWI AM, the home of the Ben Shapiro Show, and heard on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery.